Hey everybody, we are expecting the game here shortly. We do have a feed from the venue, and we'll bring you that as soon as we can. It is being a bit glitchy. I go by Donnell Freak, and we do a lot of live streams here for anyone that is just tuning in for the first time. So thank you for your patience as we wait for this clash between the Lakers and the Dukes. Got to watch Mercyhurst last week, and it was a pretty solid game. So hopefully this one will be good as well for entertainment value. So as soon as we have their feed, I'll get out of the way and be as minimal as possible for you guys. But I will be active in chat. We got some polls going. You want to let me know your alliance for which team you're rooting for today. All right, they're live from the venue. I'm going to skedaddle out. And we are going to
Saturday night in Erie, Pennsylvania, and we have primetime NEC football action from Mercyhurst University as the visiting co-defending champion Duquesne Dukes pay a visit to Erie, Pennsylvania. Sean Bednard alongside you, and alongside me, our color analyst for tonight, John Leisering. John, what a game we have here tonight. Two undefeated teams in the NEC doing battle in what should be a memorable game for this new FCS program, the Mercyhurst Lakers.
This series actually goes back a long time. It started in 1981 in Pittsburgh. Duquesne won the game 19-6. Dan McCann was the head coach for the Dukes then. Tony DeMeo in his first season at Mercyhurst. The Dukes had a running back by the name of Pedro Bowman, who's in their Hall of Fame. And they didn't play after 1993 till last season when Mercyhurst went to Duquesne and bowed by a score of 31-24. But this is a very, very good rivalry.
This is the 11th all-time meeting between these two schools. 7-2-1 are the Mercyhurst Lakers. They are seeking their first Division I victory against this team and the Duquesne Dukes. As close as these two teams are geographically, not a lot of meetings, but being part of the NEC as both are, you're going to see a lot of each other in the next few years to come.
Duquesne, as we mentioned, won the first meeting 19-6. They played at Veterans Memorial Stadium in 1982, tied at 10. Mercyhurst won 7 straight, and then Duquesne, 17 unanswered points in the second half, came from behind to beat Mercyhurst last season 31-24.
John, this is going to be a very special evening. This is the first night game for the Mercyhurst Lakers since September of 2023. This is their first night game as a D1 program, and they came out in full force. A live concert in the parking lots before the start of this contest from a Nashville recording artist, Garrett Owens, who went to both Duquesne and to Mercyhurst. There's a lot of energy at Saxon Stadium here tonight, and to be under the lights on a Saturday night in D1 football in Erie, PA, what could be better?
Well, Duquesne's bench is below us, which is a change for me. Normally, Mercyhurst has had the bench below the press box, but they're across the way. Mercyhurst is 3-0 when it scores first this season, 0-4 when it doesn't, 3-0 when leading at halftime and after 3, 2-0 when leading turnover ratio. Mercyhurst comes in with a turnover ratio of -6. Duquesne comes in with a turnover ratio of +2. Keep an eye on that tonight.
There's a lot at stake in this game. Realistically, if you look at it, 2-0 teams coming into the contest. You really control your own destiny depending on how the outcome of this game is. Both these teams will have a chance to take a bite at Central Connecticut State near the end of the season. They're currently the only other undefeated team in the NEC. But all that matters is what you do here tonight and take care of business the rest of the way. But before you get that, you get some Western Pennsylvania football action.
Common opponent, New Haven.
Yes.
Mercyhurst won at home 48-14. Duquesne won at home 44-18. Not much to choose from. Jerry Schmidt in his 21st season at Duquesne, he's 132-89. He had 5 at Westminster before that, 160 and 110 overall. Ryan Remedio in his 4th year, 11-19 here at Mercyhurst.
The Lakers will kick things off first. Mark Harrington Jr., the freshman, will have the kick, and the Duquesne Dukes will get the first opportunity to show what their offense can do. It is a beautiful, picturesque evening in Erie, Pennsylvania. Certainly temperate and certainly unseasonal.
Temperature earlier today was in the mid-70s, about 10, 15 degrees warmer than it was the past few days.
You'll certainly take that on a night like tonight. Big action in the NEC. 2 undefeated teams, Harrington Jr., and we are underway. Kick finds its way out to the left side of the field, back into the end zone, and for a touchback. And that will lead out the Duquesne offense as a few players have some discussion points near the Duquesne sideline on the near side. So the Duquesne offense will come out first, and this is a team that's humming in the right direction at the right time. They come in above 500 at 4-3, and the Mercyhurst Lakers come in at 3-4. But for the Lakers, they won their first D1 road game last weekend with a 19-7 victory over the Wagner Seahawks out on Staten Island.
Mercyhurst averaging about 20 points a game, Duquesne 32.
Quarterback is Tyler Riddell. Riddell rocking the pink sleeve here, October Breast Cancer Awareness Month. Handoff right up the middle, gaining good yardage, and finally stopped. Initial tackle made by the Lakers as it was Anthony Mackey coming in for the first touch.
Mercyhurst gives up an average of 128 yards on the ground per game.
Face off close to the first down marker, 2nd down and 3 thanks to that strong run. Receivers out wide, top and bottom of your screen. Another handoff here. Racing up left wing side, finding a hole, and good touchdown there, but a good opportunity running right up the gut on the left wing side. Turns it in S. Davis, getting a first down for the Dukes.
Keep in mind, Mercyhurst has thrown 9 interceptions this year and lost 3 fumbles. So the turnover battle will be very, very important.
Always seem more important when you're coming to conference games like this, especially with one as much stake as this one is. Trips to the bottom of your screen. First down and 10 on the 39-yard line. Just approaching half field here. Another handoff. Stick with the run if it's working. A little stiff arm action and out to the sideline. Well, it is all offense through Ness Davis right now. And we will have 2nd down with a few on the gain.
Ball right at the Duquesne 42-yard line. The Dukes no huddle. They're getting their signs from the bench. And Duquesne 3 straight runs to start the game.
And this is the same formation as we saw in the last play. Trips to the bottom and running back right next to the quarterback. 2nd down and 8, ball on the 41. Another handoff, right up the gut, making a little juke move at the right wing side. Initial contact, still on his feet. Working this one toward half field as finally Davis is brought down.
Well, I'll tell you what, you can either credit Ness Davis for a great effort there or poor tackling on Mercyhurst. Take your pick.
Both can be true. That was a Hardy, that's what they say, low man wins. He kept chopping the legs as he got that first initial point of contact. Finally was able to be brought down by grad student Jake Miller, 6'1", 225, and a good hit, but ultimately leads to the 3rd down and 1, ball on the 48. You need just a few feet here if you're the Dukes to keep this drive going. High snap, hand it off. Davis once again. Your workhorse keeps going, and that's a first down for Duquesne. Hey, establish the running, good things happen, and its offense is going all through Ness Davis as clock is being eaten up. Nearly 3 minutes gone by on this drive, and the Dukes doing what they want with the ball as Davis will check out.
3rd down conversions, counting this one. Duquesne 34 of 90, about 38% on the season. Everything on the ground. Duquesne has a very balanced offense. They can throw, they can run. And when you run like this, you're setting up a pass play.
Well, we'll see if they establish or keep going with the run, or if they go with the pass here. Handoff, worked out left wing side, right up the gut. Spin move, and close to the first down marker. Well, they switch out the running back, this time Taj Butts, but no different. He nearly gets the first down, and he does get it.
Both of these teams own the time of possession thus far this season. Mercyhurst about 33 minutes and 25 seconds. Duquesne 32 and a half. And Duquesne has possessed the ball since the opening kickoff.
Riddell, easy day at the office so far. Hasn't had to sling the arm. He's got Butts behind him once again. 1st and 10. Ball on the Mercyhurst 37. Another handoff here. Out to the right wing side. And gang tackling there from the Mercyhurst Lakers, rocking their home graze here tonight. Just a few yards on that pickup. Brings down 2nd and 5.
If it ain't broke, don't fix it. The Duquesne is just pounding the ball at Mercyhurst right now, and thus far winning the line of scrimmage.
Well, you certainly come to a point where you start to think, if you keep running these plays up the gut, at what point does it turn into a play action that's headed right toward the end zone? But again, you want to keep going with what's working, and that's what the Dukes are doing thus far. 2nd down and 5, ball in the 32. Clock has been running the entire game so far. Man in motion, works his way back. And another handoff right here. Butts working up, finds a hole, gets enough for the first down, and just a little bit more. Ball will be spotted at the 25-yard line. A gain of 7, and another first down for Duquesne.
Game last season, Mercyhurst scored the lone points in the first quarter to lead 7-0 at Duquesne. Led 10-7 at halftime, and then after taking the lead 17-14, gave up 17 unanswered, and ultimately lost 31-24.
Butts remains the back. Riddell under center. We'll see what the Lakers can do here. They have had trouble stopping the Duquesne offense so far on the ground and pound. Man in motion. They don't hand off to him. They keep it up for Butts. Butts met initially. Second contact is the one that gets him as he gains about another 1.5 yards after contact. Give him about 3. We'll take it up to 5. So 2nd down and 5. Ball in the red zone on the 20.
Mercyhurst defense, at least at the outset, the defensive end Cedric Carter and Jonas King, the nose tackle Colin Sheridan, the linebackers Jaden Allos, Jake Miller, Jeff Lavelle, and Kyler Lang. We'll get the corners in just a moment.
Butts checks out, and Davis back in. Davis, he was the workhorse to start off this drive. 2nd and 5. Nearly 6 minutes gone by on this opening possession for Duquesne. No handoff here. They're going back toward the end zone. Open man, touchdown. Duquesne strikes first blood. It's 6-0 Dukes. 8:58 left to go in the opening quarter here. And that is why you established the run to dial it up to Joey Isabella for the touchdown.
Well, that was a well-designed play. 20-yard touchdown pass for Duquesne. They get on the board first, and that's not good news for Mercyhurst. We told you at the outset, when they score first, they are 3-0, 0-4 when they don't.
Matt Clark on for the extra point attempt. 8:58 left to go in the first quarter. Up, and it is good. 7-0 for the Duquesne Dukes. About as good of an offensive drive as you are going to see. Drive it down the field, 80 yards, and it only took one pass play to find pay dirt.
8:58 on the clock, and Duquesne has struck the first blow. Mercyhurst had been punched in the mouth and has to get up right away. We told you how important it is to score first in a game of this magnitude, and Duquesne came out with a run game that ended with a 20-yard pass and a touchdown.
Well, John, for folks who might not be familiar with the Duquesne Dukes, you got to see some of the dominance right there on that opening drive. This is a team that joined the NEC in 2008 as a football affiliate. NEC champions, co-champions in 2011, 2013, 2016, 2018, and 2024, and outright champs in 2015 and 2023. 3 playoff appearances while a member of the NEC in that time. Suffices to say, they have been a dominant team since they came into the NEC.
That was the 116th pass completion for Duquesne on the season. In 192 attempts, they've been picked off 3 times, but they made that first drive, Sean, look rather easy.
Yes, they did. You only have to throw the ball once as Riddell, and you find your man 1 for 1, perfect percentage, and every throw he's had today has been a touchdown. You'll certainly take that. Back to kick. Matt Clark running up. Get this one just short of the end zone, dies out, and will be picked up. Mercyhurst driving it north. Finding out through the first man. Oh, and a big hit just short of the 25-yard line. That was some wrestling moves to be able to get the man down for the Mercyhurst Lakers. And now it's Johnny Askew down on the field and get back up. The Mercyhurst Lakers will get their first chance to get the ball down the field.
We'll look at an offense that is averaging about 20 points per game. They've scored 139 points in a very rigorous schedule here in the first 7 games.
Adam Urena, the quarterback for the Mercyhurst Lakers, their first offensive possession of the day. Work to be done as they find themselves in a 7-0 hole, and they'll go the same way. A handoff right to start things off. Had nowhere to go, found somewhere to go, and got just maybe back to the line of scrimmage. That was Brian Trobel, the senior.
And the offensive player of the week in the NEC. You've got 2 on the defensive side for Duquesne in this game.
2nd down and 10, no gain on the rush attempt by Trobel. 2 receivers up toward the top of your screen. Man in motion, that's Trobel. He goes behind, and believe we're going to get a offside call. Of course, the Dukes pointing for false start. The officials will convene. Head referee for today's game is Travis Barta.
Duquesne on the season, Sean, been penalized 54 times for 450 yards. Make that the 38th penalty for Mercyhurst, as it is a false start. And Mercyhurst, yardage-wise, has been penalized now 340.
A good play by the defensive lineman there to jump when he saw the man move. Backs up the Lakers 5 yards, 2nd and 15. Ball in their own 19. Once again, Trobel in action. Fake the handoff to him. Urena, little sidearm sling, but not able to be rolled in right there. Pass attempted for Ashton Wilson. Hit him in the hands. Makes it a 3rd and long, 3rd and 15, ball in the 19. And you got to at least make up a chunk here. If you can't get the first down, at least make it a little bit easier on your punter.
I don't know that Wilson would have got many yards anyway because he had a Duquesne Duke right in his grill, but the pass was incomplete with 8:02 on the clock in the first quarter.
Does stop the clock, something we did not see for the drive for the Duquesne Dukes on their first drive. Urena under center, 3rd and 15. Would have to imagine a pass is what's dialed up here. Hard count. No snap, trying to get him to jump, does get the snap. Urena stepping back, throwing this one toward the sideline and just over the head of his receiver. That was Braden Black, the intended recipient, and a 3 and out for the Lakers. The punting unit will come on with 7:57 to go. 4th and 15 for the Lakers.
Well, excellent start for Duquesne. An opening drive that took about 6 minutes, and now a 3 and out for Mercyhurst.
Now the benefit you get here for the sophomore punter, Garrett McGuire, if you look out to the flagpoles to our left, John, wind is blowing out that way, so get a little bit of help from Mother Nature here.
Averages about 37 yards a punt.
This one up in the air. And a fair catch called for and collected at about the 41-yard line of the Duquesne Dukes. They'll get terrific starting field position with 7:51 to go. You mentioned right there, John, you have a long, sustained ground and pound drive for Duquesne. It turns into a touchdown from your quarterback, Riddell, finding out a 20-yard pass, and then you get a 3 and out defensively to bring the offense right back out onto the field. A chance to really put the foot on the throat early on in this game if you're the Dukes.
Couldn't ask for a better start for Duquesne. That was a 44-yard punt, no return, and Duquesne will start in good field position at its own 41-yard line.
Riddell comes out. His security blanket in a way of Ness Davis to his right. Again, Davis started off the drive in a terrific fashion for the Dukes, their first time out. Man comes back in motion as a defensive blocker. This one worked up. Immediately a hole met, but watch out, Ness Davis, nothing but green in front of him. Davis to the 10, the 5, touchdown Duquesne. It's 13-0 Dukes. Ness Davis finds the end zone. That young man found an open hole, and he turned on the Jets.
59 yards untouched, and Mercyhurst is in dire straits early. 2 scores in a minute and 18 seconds of each other, and Duquesne leads at 13-0.
Mercyhurst had possession with 7:57 left to go in the quarter, with 7:40 left in the quarter. We are an extra point attempt away from this one being 14-0 through the uprights and good. Well, the Duquesne Dukes came to play today up 14-0 as we are just near the halfway mark of quarter number 1. And again, this is going to be a huge drive for the Lakers. You have to establish something early and at least build out on the positives. Get some first downs here. Establish a little bit more time of possession. Get something going early to make sure that you can keep the energy in this stadium, because Saxon Stadium is packed. People came out ready to cheer for their team in a big game, and right now it's been all Duquesne, all Southwest PA and Northwest PA.
You can see the emotion below us on the Duquesne bench. They're fired up. And on the other side, the body language not so good, as Duquesne has rolled to a 14-0 lead. We haven't played half the first quarter yet. And the rushing game, wow.
It's been the game for the Duquesne Dukes so far. Kick returners back. Jason Woods and Johnny Askew. 7:40 to go, quarter number 1. The good news for the Lakers, you've got 3.5 quarters to start making up some ground, but you want to start on this drive.
Most important thing, not to panic.
Absolutely.
Do what you know well and try to chip away. This kick is going to go out of bounds. By the way, last year, Mercyhurst got within 24-17, and then Duquesne scored on an 86-yard run with 4:16 to go in the game to go up 2 scores. Mercyhurst scored with 90 seconds left on a pass from Urena to Cameron Barmore, but came up short 31-24. So big plays have been pivotal for the two teams in this 2-game series. Duquesne had the better of it thus far.
Well, this is well better starting field position for the Lakers than their first time out. 15 yards better. They did not get to the 35 on their first drive. So an opportunity here, 1st and 10, better field position. Urena back, hard count, gets the snap, goes for the pass, looking out, right, left. Oh, a little eye fake, and maybe a yard or 2 on the pass and the reception. That one's corralled in by Evan Van Dyke, the sophomore, 6'2", 190. And they do say no gain, so 2nd and 10, no, 2 yards does go up, so a 2-yard gain. 2nd and 8 due up for the Lakers. That's a nice little head fake from Urena, and you try that a little bit deeper, you can catch a corner sleeping.
One of the defensive stars of the week, Joel Kapasu, made the hit for Duquesne.
2nd and 8. 7 minutes left to go in quarter number 1. Ball in the 37. Handoff here, not a lot of real estate to work with. And that is good wrap-up, as working up was Brian Trobel. He's met immediately by a pair of Dukes.
Nothing is going right for Mercyhurst right now. That tackle was made by Jabon Odom Unnam for Duquesne, and it was a great play on his part. And Mercyhurst is looking at another 3rd and long.
3rd and 14. Ball in their own 31. Clock running. Hard count. Urena gets the ball. Going for the pass attempt once again. Open man. Gets it near the sticks. It'll be just short by about 5 yards, but a good passing catch there as he catches up with Evan Van Dyke, who opened up the drive. But that'll be a 3-and-out once again for the Lakers. At least progress in a sense. They get closer to the first down sticks, but going to find themselves in a punting situation here on 4th down. 4th and 4, as right back out comes Garrett McGuire.
His first punt went 44 yards with no return.
McGuire, foot on the 26-yard line. High snap to him, brings it back down to earth. Skies this one a bit. Running up underneath of it, caught, and immediately met by a Laker who drags him down out of bounds. That kick returned by Joey Isabella. Good coverage there by the Gunners, and the Dukes will get the ball with 5:30 to go in the first quarter. Ball at about the 26-yard line, 1st and 10.
That was about a 40-yard punt and about a 3-yard return. Duquesne will start at its 22, 78 yards away from pay dirt. And this may be the biggest defensive series for Mercyhurst thus far in this young game, already down 14-0.
Certainly so. You got to show something here. It's been all progress on the offensive side for the Dukes. Credit to their ground game, credit to their running coach. They have done the job they've needed to. Handoff here from Riddell off the snap. A lot of room to work with up the middle. And a meet there right about the 30-yard line, as gaining a few yards is Taj Butts. So they go back to Butts. He was the one who really drove him the rest of the way down the field on that first drive after Davis had came out. Davis came back in, and that pass reception for the touchdown was able to happen. Second and 1 officially here with the ball in the 31. So a 9-yard gain for Butts.
They'll take that all night on first down, 9 yards. Mercyhurst has got to figure out a way to stop this ground game.
Second and 1, under 5 minutes left to go, quarter number 1. Riddell under center. Once again, the handoff. Looking for somewhere to go is Butts. He's met. He will get the first down, but not much on the gain. A fresh set of downs due up for the Dukes as the clock continues to run. And he said it right there, John. You got to get some more men in the box. You got to bite a little bit here if you're Mercyhurst, because right now you're being ran over.
Butts was very patient there. He didn't get much of a hole, but what he had, he took, and he got a first down to the 34.
First and 10, ball on the 34-yard line. Butts remains out there. Mercyhurst. 2 corners switching position, man in motion. They'll keep it to Butts. Butts looking for somewhere to go. And a much better defensive stop right there for the Lakers. Makes it a second and longer, which is what you got to do here. Incrementally stop the offensive run game. Just a 2-yard gain right there for Butts, and it's second and 8.
Second and 8 at the 36.5-yard line. Substitutions coming in for the Dukes on second down, as Mercyhurst finds itself down 14-0 here. We're approaching 3:40 to go in the first quarter.
Ness Davis, his first touch of this third drive of the offensive series for the Duquesne Dukes. Remember, he just had that long run for a touchdown. They'll give this one, they'll fake it to him, and a short pass results in a first down for the Dukes. So a nice little shuttle play down there, and Riddell is able to find his man in Noah Canty for a nominal gain.
Anthony Mackey made the tackle for Mercyhurst, a 6-foot, 200-pound senior. Not before a first down for Duquesne at its 45-yard line.
Dukes nearly at half field with 3 minutes left to go in quarter number 1, finding themselves up by 2 scores in a 14-0 game. Davis remains out. Man in motion, heads to the bottom of your screen. Hand off to Davis. Davis, great move at the line of scrimmage. Wrapped up, keeps on his feet. Look at him go. He's like the Energizer Bunny. Gets about 6 yards right there, 2:40 to go. And that'll be second and short. This Davis kid, I got to tell you, he is just pure leg muscle moving the ball.
Jake Miller on the tackle for Mercyhurst. Again, poor tackling on the part of the Lakers. You got to call it like it is. That's 2 or 3 times now they've had runners in their grasp, couldn't bring them down right away.
I was really impressed with Davis right there. His vision right at the line of scrimmage, he saw it was collapsing in. He immediately made the subtle move to break out for a few more yards. Second and 4, handoff to Davis. Davis finds a seam, gets wrapped up, keeps on his feet, and it takes 5 Lakers to lift him up in the air and get the whistle. Another first down and another strong run for Ness Davis.
Everything off the right side of the line at the moment for Duquesne. And this Mercyhurst defense has been on the field for the majority of the first quarter. Duquesne just pounding the ball.
Credit to the guys in gray. They have had to put up a fight here defensively, and they are doing what they can against a 2-headed running monster of Butts and Davis.
A lot of promotion this week for this game. News conference, everything. Music beforehand, packed house. What more could you ask?
Davis will get the handoff here, worked up the middle, and they thought they had him wrapped up. He still gains another 2 yards. You have to make sure your man is down, and Davis plays to the whistle and picks up about another 1.5 yards. They'll call it second and 7.
I'll tell you what, don't know anything about Duquesne football, don't know anything about Davis, but as of this moment, he could play for me any day of the week.
He is a hard runner. He keeps it going, and they will sub out, so Davis will not find himself in. And in at running back will come Sean Solomon Jr., fittingly a junior on this team, second and 7. Under a minute left to go here in the first quarter. Ball on the 36. Man in motion. Riddell takes the snap, does not give it to Solomon, goes out toward the end zone, received, feet down, and that's a good reception. Close to the first down marker. We're called third and short, and we'll see if they have another play here before the before the quarter comes to an end. 30 seconds left to go.
Ball is going to be spotted at the 27-yard line. Third down and a couple.
3rd and 3, clock ticking down into the teens, now at 10 seconds left to go. Duquesne walking slowly back to their sideline. That's about as good of a quarter as you can play in a game of this magnitude. 2 undefeated teams in the NEC come in, and the Duquesne Dukes strike first and strike heavy in quarter 1. They're up 14-0 as they'll switch sides of the field. We will step aside momentarily as we head to a quarter break. 14-0 Duquesne. This is NEC Front Row, live from Mercyhurst.
Kyle Turner here with the Pick 6. It's the top 6 plays from the past week in NEC football. Number 6, NEC Special Teams Player of the Week, Duquesne's Joel Capasu goes 94 yards to the house on the opening kickoff.
Out to the 50-yard line. He might go all the way. Opening kick return touchdown, Joel Capasu.
Number 5, Duquesne's Joey Isabella catches this pass from Tyler Riddell, hits the defender with the hezzy, and goes 57 yards for the TD.
Good move by Isabella, and he's going to go all the way down the sideline for a touchdown.
Number 4, Mercyhurst Alex Gavaudin hits Brian Trobel for this 76-yard catch-and-run touchdown, the longest play from scrimmage in the NEC this year.
Trobel, and he's going to take it all the way.
Number 3, NEC Offensive Player of the Week, Mercyhurst Brian Trobel hurdles a defender and gets inside the 5. Trobel would score on the very next play.
Hurdles over Romulus, and he rumbles inside the 5.
Number 2, Central Connecticut's Devin Anderson reads the play and takes this pick 6, 55 yards the other way.
Intercepted, and the return is on, and this is going to be a touchdown on a pick 6.
Number 1, Duquesne's Ness Davis gets amazing height on this hurdle in a win over St. Francis.
From Petrus, hurdles the man, and he's still
my
going up
gosh.
the sideline. Oh, wow, what an athletic play from Ness Davis.
Wow.
Well, folks, there you have it. Those are your top 6 plays from the past week in NEC football.
Welcome back to Saxon Stadium. Second quarter ready to get underway here in Erie, Pennsylvania. As you see on your screen, 14-0 for the Duquesne Dukes. And once again, they are driving here. 3rd and 3, ball on the 32-yard line as they are once again looking for a long, sustained drive to lead into points.
Duquesne scored on its 2 possessions in the first quarter. Little conversation with a couple of officials, and I guess it's one of the Duquesne coaches as we await the snap to start the second quarter. Duquesne has bottled up the running game as Brian Trobel has not been able to get on track. They bottled up Adam Urena, the quarterback. The passing game hasn't gone well, and Duquesne has scored twice, and they're looking at 3rd down and 3 from the Mercyhurst 32-yard line.
They'll keep Solomon Jr. out there as now a conversation with the officiating staff is from the quarterback, Riddell. Cooler heads will prevail. 3rd and 3. This is a big opportunity for the Lakers. Get your defense off the field. 3rd and 3, ball at the 32. Solomon Jr., he'll take it, and he's got nothing but green in front of him. First defender tries to hurdle him, brought out of bounds, but it will be red zone football. The Duquesne Dukes on their first play of the second quarter. Solomon Jr., forget the 2-headed monster, it's now a 3-headed rushing monster for the Dukes.
Braylon Beckwith knocked him out of bounds, but not before a Duquesne first down.
They will keep Solomon Jr. out. Riddell just 2 passing attempts so far in today's game. Both completions, 1 for a touchdown. They're in the red zone. 1st and 10, ball in the 13. They do not have to reach the end zone to get a new set of downs. Solomon Jr. right on the shoulder of Riddell. Riddell takes it, gives it back here to Solomon Jr. Wrapped up pretty quickly. Gain of maybe 2. That'll be 2nd down for the Duquesne offense.
We talked before the game about time of possession. Duquesne has owned it thus far. This defense for Mercyhurst has labored to get off the field on 3rd down. And Duquesne has scored on its first 2 drives, trying to score on a 3rd here early in the second.
Well, the last drive that resulted in points, it was the man lined up right below Tyler Riddell. Ness Davis, he was your number 1 play of the week on the NEC Pick 6 plays with that hurdle. He'll get the ball here and work his way out to the right side. 1-on-1, good wrap up, and they make it a 3rd and long here. It'll be about 3rd and 4.5, 5 here for the Duquesne offense.
Senior Anthony Mackey came up to make the hit for Mercyhurst. Good defensive play by Mackey, the senior.
3rd and 6, ball on the 9 in the second quarter. Opportunity to bring out the field goal unit here if you're the Lakers defensively. Riddell will switch positions with Davis. Davis still close right on the shoulder of Riddell here. 3rd down and 6. Ball in the 9. Don't have to get a touchdown to be able to find the end zone. Passing attempt into the corner. Too far. No flags, and that will be 4th down. Field goal unit should be on the way out. That is defending the house for the Mercyhurst Lakers, and that is a sign of progress in this game. That was a big series in the red zone, and they showed up in the moment.
Duquesne coming in. Red zone scores were 22 of 25. 20 of 25 red zone touchdowns. The Dukes have made 28 of 31 extra points.
Avery Morris on to hold. Matt Clark on to kick. Good snap, good hold. Ball up and through. That'll be 17-0 for the Duquesne Dukes, but you take that as a victory if you're Mercyhurst, knowing how this Duquesne offense is driven. Holding them to just 3 points is a victory, and now you got to respond and start to chip away at those points on the board.
Well, it starts right now. And Mercyhurst may not be in panic mode right now.
Take that as a victory if you're Mercyhurst, knowing how this Duquesne offense is driven. Holding them to just 3 points is a victory, and now you got to respond and start to chip away at those points on the board.
Well, it starts right now. And Mercyhurst may not be in panic mode right now. Winning streak, Duquesne on a 3-game winning streak after losing 3 of its first 4.
12:42 to go, and the first kickoff of quarter number 2 underway, out into the end zone, and we'll be back for a touchback. So starting off at the 20-yard line will be the Lakers, and the offense comes back out. Progress here, get a first down, build upon that. It has been 2 3-and-outs offensively for the Lakers to start off this game, but your defense does the job that you need them to. They hold the Duquesne Dukes to just a field goal. Now you got to come out and play for them and show that same grit and intensity to start things off in the second quarter for your offense.
Attendance highs this season. Duquesne played before 53,000 fans at Pitt to start the season. Mercyhurst played before 21,300 at Montana State. We won't come close to either of those tonight, but it's full here at Saxon Stadium.
Could be a late arriving crowd. Man in motion, handoff here. Oh, and a good wrap-up back and a throw down. That is some defensive grit as Kevin Kurzinger is able to throw his man down in the backfield for a loss.
Nothing, I repeat, nothing is going right for Mercyhurst right now.
2nd and 14, a loss of 4 on the rushing attempt. And once again, behind the sticks, find the Lakers on an offensive possession. Urena under center. Bunch formation as the Lakers are tight in offensively. Urena hard count, man jumped, no snap. Man in motion again, Urena fakes the handoff. And this one tipped right at the line. That is heads-up play from the defensive lineman. They're far from big bodies. They've got the football IQ too, and that's a great knockdown right at the point of attack.
A.J. Ackerman, I believe, got the hand up to deflect the pass from Urena. And once again, we're in a 3rd and long for Mercyhurst, 3rd and 14.
This is the 3rd time that the Lakers have found themselves on a 3rd and 14 or more. Urena under center.
Total offense right now, many to few.
Ariane Rodriguez, right tight to Urena. 11:57 to go, quarter 2. Little step back, pocket collapses. He goes out wide. He just has to get rid of it. And that will be 4th down. Terrific pressure. They dialed up the blitz. The pocket collapsed. Urena tried to get out of there, and he just has to throw it down out of the ground. Officials are convening. I think they want to talk here if that was intentional grounding or not. 11:51 to go here, second quarter. Regardless, it'll be Dukes football as the defense comes up big again.
On the pressure was Jabari Odemonem, and he forced Urena to get rid of the football. He was outside the pocket, so no intentional grounding, but Mercyhurst will have to punt it away from their 21.
And the punting unit does come on for the Lakers. Ball got only to the 21-yard line. And the busy night continues once again for Garrett McGuire. 3 offensive possessions, 3 3-and-outs for the Lakers. McGuire, this one given right to him perfectly. High, this one should get, that one hits off of a Duquesne Duke. It's a live ball, and it is picked up. Ooh, could be a late hit right there. No flag from the official. That was almost the break you were looking for if you're Mercyhurst. It just doinks off of the helmet of a Duke running down for gun defense, and it is picked up cleanly by the kick returner of Joey Isabella. That's one of those unintended consequences that nearly pays off, and if you're Mercyhurst, you're looking for any break. They don't get it there, as the Dukes will come out for their 4th offensive possession, looking for their 4th scoring drive of the evening.
About 42 yards on the punt. Minimal return. Little jawing after the play went out of bounds, and the referee is over to talk to head coach Jerry Schmidt why there was no personal foul.
No one in the backfield right now with Riddell. First time we've seen an empty backfield. They have got an all-receiver formation, 3 bunch to the top, 2 to the bottom of your screen. 11:42, so they're going to let Riddell spin the ball a little bit. 2 for 3 on passes so far here. Open look, looks left, looks right. He's going to take it with his own feet. Gets a block, works toward the sidelines, and he'll safely go out of bounds. Heads up play from Riddell, gains a few yards on the rush attempt, and showing he can do the rush game himself.
Sure can. He's a very, very good-looking quarterback for the Dukes. He's a graduate student, 6'1", 190-pounder. Couldn't find anybody despite 5 in the pattern, and decided to take off, and he got some yardage, 8 on first down.
2nd and 2, ball in the 42. They do hand this one off to the running back, Davis. Wrap him up close to the first down marker, believe he got enough, and they'll move the stick. So another first down for the Dukes here, and their success on the offensive ground game just continues.
We'll bring you statistics at halftime once we're given them. But right now, the statistics favor Duquesne appreciably.
It's not always that the score can tell the game. In this game, it can so far. 10:30 left to go in the second quarter. Riddell fakes the handoff and just through the hands of the receiver on the sideline. That's Jermaine Johnson. Makes it a 2nd and 10.
Well, trying to keep the defense honest. And his pass was incomplete right at the Duquesne bench. A lot of smiling faces on the Duquesne side right now, and why not?
Reasonably so, and you wonder who's enjoying the success more so far. The defense has not allowed a first down, and the offense has not gone a drive without scoring yet. 10:25 to go, second quarter. Passing play here for Riddell. Ducks out of the way of a pressure from the defensive line, and it's intercepted. Lakers moving this one up the other way. Heads up play by the defensive player. That's Patrick Carter with the pick. There's the break the Lakers were looking for. A rare mistake from the Dukes in this game, and now Mercyhurst is going to get tremendous field position with 10:16 to go.
Well, Mercyhurst won the turnover battle a year ago by 1, and right now, let's see if they can take advantage of a pass interception. That's the 4th interception that Duquesne has thrown this season. And Mercyhurst, excellent field position at the Duquesne 35.
That's outside linebacker Patrick Carter, the 6'3 sophomore. And he makes the play of the game for the Lakers. Now they've got to convert this one into points. Terrific field position for Urena in the offense. 10:16 to go. Second quarter. Mercyhurst finding themselves in a 17-0 hole, but on the offensive side of the field. Urena steps back, great pressure, breaks out of it twice, and he's hit by his own man. Ball came out. Believe it was recovered by the Lakers. And that was just marvelous chaos from the defense of the Dukes.
That'll be the 12th sack on the season for Duquesne. Their previous 11 for 66 yards. By the way, we told you Mercyhurst is -6 in the turnover ratio, and they've given up 30 points on turnovers this season. They have yet to capitalize on an opponent mistake.
No time like the present, but they find themselves 5 yards back and knocked down right at the point of attack once again. That is the second smacked ball out of the air right at the line of scrimmage and in on the pass breakup. It appears that's Ish Findlater.
Yep, he got his hands up, what you're taught to do, and he was rewarded.
For the fourth straight drive and the fourth drive in this game, 3rd and 14 plus. This one a 3rd and 15, ball on the 40. Urena under center, just above the Mercyhurst logo on his side of the field. Urena, 2 claps on the hard count. Third one is a snap back. Pocket collapses, one-handed, turns into a two-handed catch. Gets close back to the original line of scrimmage, but far from enough for the first down. And the reception made there from Rylan Davison makes it a 4th and 12. Ball just near the 40-yard line.
It appears Mercyhurst is going to go for it.
You got to get desperate at this point of the game. It's not even halftime, of course, yet, but with the way the Duquesne offense is rolling and finally getting a break with the interception from Carter.
4th down conversions thus far, 14 of 24 for Mercyhurst, 58.3%.
Urena, it's a tight bunch near the line of scrimmage, 4th and 12. Urena does his checks, gets the ball. Huge play here. Pocket breaks down. Urena, a bullet, and that one's broken up. Would have been enough for a first down. Not able to be corralled in. It was the right play to Evan Van Dyke, but great defensive pressure from the defensive backfield. Turns into a turnover on downs.
And I believe that was Joel Kapasu on the coverage for Duquesne.
Saw him in the NEC pick 6 plays of the week as well. And why not? Dukes are playing good ball, and they've got the ball once again. So that interception from Riddell does not come back to bite Duquesne, and they'll get the ball on their side of the field, 37-yard line with a fresh set of downs.
They started at the 35, did Mercyhurst, and lost 2 yards in 4 downs.
Riddell with Solomon Jr. back alongside him, right above him on your screen. Man in motion is the receiver. They'll hand off to Solomon. He's patient, finds a hole, gets a man down, gets the first down, a little bit more as well. Call that a rush of about 16 yards. And onto the Mercyhurst side of the field goes Duquesne. Well, with a rushing attack like this, why have Riddell use his arm?
Well, another big first down run for Duquesne. I'd like to see what their first down average yards are tonight.
Solomon will remain in the backfield.
I know Mercyhurst came in sky high for this game, and rightfully so, but they just have not been able to get on track thus far in the first half.
1st and 10, ball on the 47. Solomon goes right up the middle, finds himself out to the right wing side, and we'll call that a gain of about 8. 2nd and 2, and the Dukes. Downhill running is the name of the game.
Again, off the right side of the Duquesne offensive line, the left side of the Mercyhurst defensive line. Cornerbacks are Chris Thompson and Adonis Marshall, and the safeties for Mercyhurst, Anthony Mackey and Braylon Beckwith, completing the defensive lineup, at least at the beginning of the contest.
in a quick moving contest. 7:20 left to go in the second quarter. Solomon gets a handoff once again. He'll barrel his way forward for yet another first down. As Solomon came in late as an opportunity for his rushing game to get started. He'll switch out now with the man who got the only rushing touchdown of the game in Ness Davis. As Solomon checks out.
The weight for the Duquesne offensive line, left tackle 285, left guard 310, center 285, right guard 295, right tackle 300, and they've run more often than not over the right side of their line thus far.
You keep the food and nutrition team busy when you got to feed the big boys all the greens and the proteins they need to keep this running game going strong. 1st and 10, ball in the 34. It's a rush. Good pressure. Riddell down and collected for a first down and more. Ball at the 4-yard line. Pressure in the pocket. Riddell gets hit, and he throws a strike that is recovered perfectly by the wide receiver, Joey Isabella.
Well, that was a great catch by Isabella. He saw the ball coming as he made his cut towards the near side of the end zone, and his defender was not turned around. And Isabella was able to grab it, and suddenly it's 1st and goal at the, 5, 4?
They'll call it the 3. 5:55 to go. Second quarter, already 17-0 Dukes. Looking to add another 7 here. And we will get a timeout from the Lakers with 5:48 remaining here. So Riddell, he hasn't passed a ton in this game. He has 1 interception, but the 2 balls that he has completed deep, they've either gotten them onto the doorstep or into the end zone. And he has been really the drum that has kept this offense humming. But it's been all the rushing game so far here tonight for the Duquesne Dukes. Again, it's that 3-headed monster. We haven't seen Taj Butts in a few series, but Ness Davis and Sean Solomon Jr. completing the 3-pack of what has been a strong rushing attack.
Riddell actually threw that ball before Isabella had made his cut. And to Isabella's credit, he pulled it in as he was going to the ground.
There was a little bit of a comeback route there for Joey Isabella. He's been a favorite target in the limited passes that we have seen from Riddell so far, but ball had been a little bit short, of course, to the pressure applied by the Mercyhurst defensive line. You expect that. Isabella heads-up play, knowing the ball was out, coming back and corralling it right at the 4-yard line. They actually called it the 3-yard line, as we said. There's a little bit of a comeback route there for Joey Isabella. He's been a favorite target in the limited passes that we have seen from Riddell so far.
24-0 lead. If they can navigate the final 3 yards here, it is 1st and goal from the 3-yard line. Nothing has gone right. Nothing offensively, nothing defensively for Mercyhurst, and that's why you're staring at a 17 and maybe a 24-point deficit.
Situationally, a little bit different, but the last time that the Dukes were in the red zone, Mercyhurst did come up with a stand that resulted in a field goal being all that the Dukes could get. Now it's a first and goal at the 3-yard line, and it's a snap that is corralled for a direct rush.
Logan Kushner came in to replace Riddell for that play and took the direct snap and got into about the 3. They're still spotting it, I think.
Maybe a yard. It was a good it was the snap was a little high, which makes it tough for Kushner. It's his first offensive snap that he sees as well. A good pickup by the Mercyhurst defense, and Riddell back in as your standard man under center. 2nd and goal at the 2-yard line. Davis right next to Riddell, looking for a 24-0 lead. Riddell, snap, sends this one on a moon ball to the corner. Corralled in, but in the outside of the end zone. That was an impressive catch.
Almost put that away in the far corner of the end zone. Slightly overthrown, although Isabella just indicated that it was his fault.
Impressive catch out of bounds. Does not count for the 6 they're looking for. And we've got a 3rd and goal at the 2-yard line. Davis will remain out there. Interesting to see the corner fade as the play there on 2nd down.
Well, Duquesne has owned the running game thus far. I agree with you.
Riddell under center, 3rd down. Lakers looking for a 2nd straight red zone stop. Riddell will throw. No flags, and we will have another defensive stop for the Lakers in the red zone. The ball and the ball defender got there at the same time on the goal line. We'll have 4th down, and all indications are that the Duquesne offense will stay out there.
Why not? Mercyhurst has done nothing offensively so far. The worst could happen. Mercyhurst would have to start 97, 98 yards from the goal line.
4:57 to go, second quarter. 4th and goal at the 2. Davis next to Riddell. A Laker jumped, no flag.
Got back in time.
And we might get a delay of game here. Yeah, that's a delay of game. I think they just went out there trying to get the Lakers to jump offside, and we should get the field goal unit to come out now.
Very nearly worked.
They were very close, but now it'll just be another 3 points. So, again, credit to the Lakers where it's due. It's not what you want to have. You want to have that punt. You want to get the ball back without points being offered up, but they hold them from touchdowns to field goals, and if the offense can get a rhythm going, it will result in positive. It's only a 3-score game if this is a successful field goal. It remains a 3-score game, I should say. And up to kick is Matt Clark. Good snap, good hold, up, and it will be through. 20-0 for the Duquesne Dukes. But red zone defense for the Lakers, turning 7s into 3s, and that's 2 3s to make it a 20-0 Duquesne lead. This is a time for the Mercyhurst offense. You got to show up. You got to show up before the end of the half here. Come away with something. A field goal, just a 1st down, get something going positive, because their net yardage in this game has been at the negatives.
Well, the special teams back out. Duquesne will kick off. Mercyhurst, I don't think, has been across its own 40-yard line.
Their last possession was their best possession, and that came as a result of a interception.
Yep.
And that was, of course, picked off by the outside linebacker, Patrick Carter. They did not gain any yards on that offensive possession. Ended up going back 5 yards. Went for it on 4th down unsuccessfully. And this will be their 4th offensive possession of the game.
I was expecting a reasonably high-scoring game tonight and a very close game. And thus far, I and a bunch of other Mercyhurst Laker fans very disappointed.
Touchback here, 4:53 to go. Closing in on halftime for a 20-0 Dukes lead, as the Laker offense will come back out looking to build any positivity, looking to build offensive yards and positive yards. They have not found that yet in this contest. No 1st downs nearly through the end of the 1st half thus far. Urena. Man over his bottom left shoulder is a player who we saw twice on the NEC Pick 6 Plays of the Week. Snap here, they will hand off, looking forward and maybe tumbling for 1.5 yards, as that's Brian Trobel, the senior.
Going back to their bread and butter, you've heard very little from Brian Trobel here in the 1st half, and he's the reigning offensive player of the week in the NEC.
And you saw it on that Pick 6 play. He had a very long receiving touchdown and a nice little hurdle as well in that game on Staten Island against the Wagner Seahawks. 2nd and 8, he does gain 2 there, as Urena has got 2 backs with him. Urena does his checks, gets the ball, passing play. They'll move this one back up to his favorite target near the 1st down marker. And that one corralled in once again by Evan Van Dyke. We've called his name just about every time the ball's been passed. This is an opportunity for the Lakers. It's 3rd down and 1 yard. Create an offensive possession. Get this first down, and good things can only come for you. This is the best drive of the game so far for the Lakers. The first time in this game they have not had a 3rd and 14 or more.
Urena last season at Duquesne, 38 of 52, 345 yards, 3 touchdowns, and 1 interception. He was sacked 4 times.
Well, they're going to direct snap this one back to Trobel. He's going to take it forward. I don't believe he got the 1st down. We'll see where forward progress got him. And they're going to call this one. No, they do move the chains. Trobel with the direct snap, and he just ekes over the proverbial yellow line to get the first down. So for the first time in this game, the Laker offense has been able to turn a drive into a positive first down and a new set of downs. The world is your oyster now. Keep this positivity going. Keep this offensive possession going. Urena, 2 backs with him. Takes the snap, turns around, gives this one to Trobel. Trobel drops it, picked up by the defense of the Dukes, and it's going to be a house call here. Back it'll go, and it's a fumble recovery for a touchdown for Duquesne.
Wow.
Avery Morris picks up the loose ball and takes it to the house. 26-0 Duquesne. Finally a drive that was going right for the Lakers, and it results in Trobel putting the ball on the turf.
Well, the Dukes score a defensive touchdown now. And suddenly it is 26-0 now with an extra point coming.
And that's just a backbreaker. You finally have positive offensive possession. You finally get a first down. You give it to the man who was your workhorse and your player of the week last week, and it just stumbles out of his hand. Extra point away from 27-0. And it'll be up and good. Lakers will get the ball right back. But that is a heartbreaker. And credit in the world to Avery Morris. It's not easy when you're already running down full speed to pick that ball up and just keep the positive momentum. But it was one foul swoop for him, and he found himself with a rushing touchdown in a sense.
No defender was close to him as he took it in for a touchdown. The extra point is converted. 2:53 left in a very, very disappointing half if you're a Mercyhurst Laker fan. Duquesne has owned this game from the opening possession, and they have stretched the lead now to 27-0.
Well, extra wind breaking, if you will, or breaking the wind out of the sail, as the Mercyhurst defense had just allowed 6 points in 2 possessions, and the offense with a fumble gives up 7 right there to make this now a 4-possession game. Mercyhurst has found 1 first down. They'll get the ball back, 2:53 before the half, but this game very quickly getting away from the Lakers.
Duquesne scored 31 points last season, 17 unanswered in the second half to win 31-24, but they are rolling tonight, 27-0, late second.
Clark on for the kick. Boots this one back into the end zone and for another touchback. So here comes the Laker offense. And Trobel's going to want some redemption after that one. We'll see what he can do. He had a tremendous week, as we've touched on a few times, as you saw during our break for the quarter. Had a tremendous week last week from the Lakers' first road win as an FCS school. He's got to perform here in a big moment before the half and give any heartbeat into the locker room going into the second half.
Not a good day for other Mercyhurst teams. Women's hockey lost at Penn State 6-1. Men's hockey lost at home conference game against Holy Cross 4-0.
Urena gets the snap. Send this one out to the sideline, and that one is corralled in. That is a strong man catch right there by the wide receiver. Able to be pulled in. That's Rylan Davison. Second time he's been targeted today. And Urena and Davison connect for the second first down of the contest for the Lakers. That was a hardy catch you have to make. Not only are you being aware of where the sideline is, you also have the defender breathing down your neck.
Davison actually scored the first touchdown at Saxon Stadium this year, recovering a fumble in the end zone.
Urena, just a little shuttle pass as he had all of the defensive pressure in the world. It was right into the gut of his intended receiver, but dropped for a 2nd and 10. Clock will stop, 2:24 left to go, or clock remains stopped, rather. 2:24 to go in the first half, 27-0 Duquesne, as the Lakers look for some positivity on this drive. Urena under center. Defensive position changes here for the Dukes. Corner backs off a bit. Quick throw right out to the left wing side and close to the first down marker. Should be about a 7-yard gain. It's once again Davison. 5'10", 200, but certainly not afraid to take a hit. And he does get 8 yards, so a 3rd and manageable, 3rd and 2, as the Lakers are close to half field. They look for a quick play here before the 2-minute warning, and we will get the whistle. So this will give Mercyhurst a chance to figure out exactly what they want to do on a huge play for them with 2 yards to go before you get a first down.
You said earlier the body language speaks to the score in this game. Duquesne very energetic and rightfully so, leading 27-0, and Mercyhurst bewildered, I guess is the word, as they try to come up with some offense that will get them some points here before the half comes to an end.
The positivity here for the Laker offense is that these last 2 drives, short as they may have been, and this one their longest drive of the game so far, both in yards gained and in total plays, is that these have been their best 2 offensive drives. So if you're looking for some silver lining, something you take back to the locker room, that's what you're going to be able to take. Your defense has come up big in terms of being able to stop in the red zone the last 2 drives, but otherwise you've got a long halftime and you've got a long half to try and figure out exactly what you want to do to keep in this game.
Let me tell you what the sports information department has going for it today. Men's tennis in action in Princeton, New Jersey. Bowling in Youngstown, Ohio. Women's and men's rowing at the head of the Charles in Boston. Men's water polo versus Navy right here in Erie. We told you about women's hockey. Volleyball plays New Haven. Men's hockey lost to Holy Cross. Men's water polo against Augustana. And, of course, this game here, football and Duquesne Dukes are the visitor tonight. Just another typical average weekend on the Hill.
Is there anything better than fall sports in the NCAA? 3rd and 2. Big opportunity here for the Laker offense, trying to cross half field for the first time on their own volition. Official comes in, and we'll get a timeout here for the Dukes. So the 2-minute warning timeout, not enough, or saw something that they didn't like from the Mercyhurst offense, and we'll come out with a defensive change. So we remain in this timeout with 2 minutes left to go in the half. And if the Lakers think that the Duquesne Dukes saw something that they didn't like, maybe got to switch it up on them once again.
Just a few minutes ago, Mercyhurst fumbled for the 7th time this season, lost it for the 4th time. Relatively penalty-free first half for both teams. Time of possession, Duquesne very, very much ahead, as indicated by the score 27-0. Again, Dan McCann was the head coach for the Dukes back in 1981. Dan passed some years ago. A couple of more stories about Duquesne as time permits here.
Urena will go out wide as a receiver. 3rd and 2 here, 2 minutes left to go. Direct take, they're going to do a flea flicker variation. The long ball, not able to be corralled. And we'll have 4th down. They dialed up from their bag of tricks, but covered the entire way was the intended receiver. And you got to go for it here for the Lakers. 4th down and 2, ball at the 48-yard line. $1:54 left to go in the half. Interesting play call after so much time to be able to decide what your play is. And snuffed out pretty immediately as Urena tries the deep ball. And they're going to send out the punting unit. Well, they will play the field position game. It has not been a game the Lakers have won in this first half, down 27-0. Punt unit back out there. Garrett McGuire. He's done a good job so far here tonight, but he's got the wind going against him. And now we'll get a timeout from the Lakers.
Don't know if they tried to draw Duquesne offside, but it didn't work. And let's see if Ryan Remedio has a change of heart. By the way, back in 1981, I was at the game at South High Stadium in Pittsburgh. The sports information director for Duquesne at that time was Nellie King. Nellie King, a pitcher for the Pirates from 54 to 57. When his contract and Bob Prince's weren't renewed in 1975, Nellie had to seek other employment. He ended up with Duquesne, where he was the SID for a time. He was employed 20 years as an employee of the Dukes. He was also a color commentator for basketball, and he was the golf coach for a bit. So, wonderful career for Nellie King. Got a chance to meet him that night in Pittsburgh in 1981. A gentleman, to say the least.
You want to talk about a jack of all trades. You play Major League Baseball, and then you go on to a terrific career in collegiate athletics. Meanwhile, 4th and 2, Urena back under center. And the Lakers will go for it here. Look at the open hole there, and it's a first down conversion. Strong run from Brian Trobel, and a fresh set of downs for the Lakers. So it was a little bit of a chess match there from the 2-minute warning on between the Dukes, fittingly, and the Lakers, and it results in, ultimately, a first down. Urena back under center. Lakers first time on their side of the field under their own fruition, or volition, I should say. 1:33 left to go here. Urena under center. He'll take it. Step back, looking for somewhere to go. Pocket breaks down, and he is sacked. They dialed up the pressure strong, and it's a hurry up here for the Lakers. Urena gets right back up. $1:20 left to go. They lose about 10 yards.
I'll say he was sacked. 3 Dukes collaborated simultaneously.
Those are big boys. 66 seconds left to go in the half. 2nd and 19, 9-yard loss on the sack of Urena. Urena looks around. Pre-snap checks. Trobel comes up to apply a little bit of extra help for Urena. Urena, pocket breaks down, man behind him, gets it away, nearly picked off, and that one will fall incomplete. Back there on the coverage was Antonio Epps, the safety. He got the one hand up. And we'll have 3rd and 19. Clock stops with 47 seconds left to go.
Mercyhurst came into the contest allowing 16 sacks for 99 yards. And Duquesne has sacked Urena several times thus far.
47 seconds left. 3rd and 19. Urena, well back from where this set of downs had started. He'll get it, looks for a quick release, goes up deep, a little bit of a hold down there. Oh, and it is all tied up. Is it a turnover? They say it'll fall incomplete. A good battle back there between the corner and the receiver.
What a good job by Henry Pickens for Duquesne, who broke up that pass and came very close to picking it off. It was a well-thrown ball by Urena, no mistake about it, but Pickens was very, very good on the coverage.
Yeah, he was step in step with Evan Van Dyke there. They both had hands on it. They both cradled it, but it falls to the turf, incomplete. 40 seconds left to go in the half, and the Dukes will get the ball back as the punting unit comes out. This time for real. 27-0 Duquesne here from Saxon Stadium. This one's got a little extra head on it, finds its way down at about the 15-yard line, and a lot of open room to work with here is running toward the sideline. And finding his way safely is Joey Isabella. Good return on the punt. 29 seconds left to go, and we'll see if Riddell and the Dukes offense comes out to get to the locker room a little early, or if they want to try and add a cherry on top of what has been a nearly perfect first half.
43 yards on the punt, and 17 on the return to the 32-yard line.
1st and 10 on the 32. Duquesne back in their own side of the field. They lead 27-0. Riddell, he's got his favorite running back there in Ness Davis. Davis broke a long one out for a touchdown on the second drive of the game. Quick pre-snap discussion here from the quarterback. Riddell back under center. Riddell, he'll take it immediately. Hands this one off to Davis. Davis gets wrapped up. This ball will be just at about the 38-yard line. Clock is ticking, and we'll see. That should do it for the half as Riddell walks toward the sideline.
What a half for Duquesne.
27-0. They find themselves up. They've got a defensive score, they've got rushing scores, they've got passing scores, and they've got a 4-possession lead in a battle of 2 unbeatens in the NEC. 27-0 at half. Everything going right for the Dukes. Mercyhurst showing signs of life late toward the end of the half, but a lot of ground to make up and a lot of work to do going into the second half here from Saxon Stadium. Immediate thoughts right after the first half, John?
Well, Duquesne came out, took the fans out of the game, scored on its first 2-3 drives. The Mercyhurst defense played too long in the first half. The offense couldn't sustain anything. They even had an interception, Mercyhurst did, and took over at the 35, but couldn't move the football, and that's the story. Duquesne has just owned the first half, and they lead it 27-0.
27-0 as we are through the opening 30 minutes of this contest. 30 to go. Marching band will come on out. And the Lakers, a lot to think about in this 20 minutes between snaps. 27-0 your score in favor of the Dukes as we are at the half. We will step aside momentarily. When we come back, we'll get you ready to roll for second half of football here. NEC Football on NECFrontRow.com.
Hi again, everybody. I'm Paul Dottino with the NEC Notebook, delivered to you by WB Mason. Mercyhurst running back Brian Trobel is the NEC Offensive Player of the Week. He hammered Wagner with 121 yards and 2 touchdowns on 29 carries and caught 2 passes for 75 yards and another score. The Defensive Player of the Week is Central Connecticut State's Malachi Wright. The linebacker posted a career-high 15 tackles to key a road win over Robert Morris. On special teams, it's Duquesne's Joel Capasu. He opened the route over St. Francis with a 94-yard kickoff return for a touchdown. The Dukes' Ryan Petrus takes home his second straight Rookie of the Week award. His 12-yard touchdown catch was his 4th score of the season. We're back on Yes Network, Sportsnet Pittsburgh, and ESPN Plus on Saturday, October 25th with Duquesne at Wagner. Kickoff is at noon. All conference games are streamed live and free on NECFrontRow.com, and follow the season on social media at NEC Sports or the web at NECSports.com.
Today we're going to be helping style some high schoolers with Under Armour and seeing their personality shine through.
She found her pick.
Let's get it. Style is all about a representation of yourself.
Whatever you feel the most confident in,
It brings out your personality as well.
Yeah, I think community and style, it all goes together. Back to school is right around the corner. All the kids want to look good when they go back to school, so we're going to make sure we help them do that. So at the end of the day, you know, you make the clothes. It's you.
Here's to the hard-working, the kitchen staff, and the front of house. The delivery drivers who can make sure you're fed when you can't or don't want to leave your house. To the customers, the cheese and pepperoni loving. The ones who taste things differently and insist that anything can go on a pizza. While some might see them as crazy, we see them as genius. No matter the occasion, no matter the toppings, at Donato's, every piece is important.
Kyle Turner here with the NEC Fast 5. It's the top 5 plays from the past week in NEC sports. Number 5, FDU's Marina Herzako chips the keeper to extend the Knights' lead.
That's chipped up and over the head.
Number 4, New Haven's Peyton Malinowski with a beautiful set from the back line, and Lauren McKellar finishes with the kill.
Gets it down. Outstanding stuff from Peyton Malinowski.
Number 3, Delaware State's Ariana Peregrino with an absolute banger off the volley.
And that's a goal on the second effort.
Number 2, Stonehill's Nate Montero rifles this game winner from just outside the box.
Don't let him shoot! Don't let him shoot, Matt! Oh, don't let him shoot!
Number 1, as seen on the SportsCenter Top 10, Central Connecticut's Emma Radoncic fires this lefty rocket in a 2-1 win for the Blue Devils. Well, folks, there you have it. Those are your top 5 plays from the past week in NEC sports.
With football, with sports, you gotta kind of always be delusionally confident with style. It's the way you wear it. You feel good, you play good. It goes all in one.
Hurst is home. It's more than just a phrase, it's a way of life. At Mercyhurst University, home is where you pursue your passions, work through challenges, find support, share laughs, and make memories that last a lifetime. We provide our students with generous scholarships, hands-on classroom experiences, and long-standing traditions, creating a foundation for success beyond our gates. Find your home at Mercyhurst University.
For Mercyhurst, entering the D1 arena isn't just about athletics. It's striving higher in every aspect, not only on the field, but also in the classroom and in our community. By elevating ourselves into Division I, we are building upon a tradition of academic excellence, surrounding ourselves with like-minded institutions, and shaping our students into thoughtful leaders. Our journey isn't just beginning, it's where we are. Experience the rising tide and join the D1 Lakers.
There's losing, and then there's being the loser. Game time comes with enough pressure. Way too often, people are betting on sports, losing, and taking it out on the athletes. Only a loser would harass college athletes after losing a bet. But it happens almost every day. Root for your team. Get crazy when the buzzer sounds. But don't harass anyone because you lost a bet. It's time we draw the line and put an end to the abuse. Brought to you by the NCAA.
Hurst is home. It's more than just a phrase. It's a way of life. At Mercyhurst University, home is where you pursue your passions, work through challenges, find support, share laughs, and make memories that last a lifetime. We provide our students with generous scholarships, hands-on classroom experiences, and long-standing traditions, creating a foundation for success beyond our gates. Find your home at Mercyhurst University.
For years, they competed against each other. But every 4 years, they take on the world. They represent our schools and our country. We are proud to say, Olympians are made here.
Here's to the hard-working, the kitchen staff, and the front of house. The delivery drivers who can make sure you're fed when you can't or don't want to leave your house. To the customers, the cheese and pepperoni loving. The ones who taste things differently and insist that anything can go on a pizza. While some might see them as crazy, we see them as genius. No matter the occasion, no matter the toppings, at Donato's, every piece is important.
In life, things aren't scripted.
If you're an athlete, we need people like you and translate those skills to officiating.
You can get a lot out of it.
It happens in every town, in every game.
We never have a perfect game, but the rewards always outweigh the negativities.
For Mercyhurst, entering the D1 arena isn't just about athletics. It's striving higher in every aspect, not only on the field, but also in the classroom and in our community. By elevating ourselves into Division I, we are building upon a tradition of academic excellence, surrounding ourselves with like-minded institutions, and shaping our students into thoughtful leaders. Our journey isn't just beginning, it's where we are. Experience the rising tide and join the D1 Lakers.
My name is Ryan Miller. I'm a junior running back and I attend Mercyhurst University. So I grew up, family was a huge Steelers fan. I grew up watching football all my life. As soon as I could, I got into flag football, probably first or second grade. And then as soon as I could play tackle football, I think it was 5th grade maybe, started playing tackle football. All my friends played, had a good group of guys that played all the way from, that flag football first grade all the way through senior year, and I just loved it to death from the second I started playing.
One of the big things that is a saying here at Mercyhurst is Hurst is home. And to be from, Erie, a local guy, do you feel that? And how important is that message for somebody that Erie has been a part of your home forever?
I will say Hurst is home. I mean, you see it, everybody, we get players from all around the country, Florida, California, overseas, and everybody buys in. Everybody knows Hurst is home, and I think that goes back to the culture. Everybody feels accepted here. Everybody's family. So I was around football, I said my whole life. We would come here and there, not a ton, but we'd come out to games. We'd go to a lot of NFL games, a lot of college games. But yeah, I mean, it's always been my dream to play at the next level. Division I. That's every athlete's dream to be a D1 athlete. So, just growing up around Erie, all these football schools around us, it was just really inspiring, and that's kind of, what I wanted to do.
So to have the chance to play locally and the ability for your family to come see you and then find out that we're going D1 and you get to be here for that, kind of what was that moment like for you?
I mean, it was a dream come true. It didn't really feel real, and you said it best. I mean, my parents, my family, my friends, the people that have supported me my whole life, I mean, they're all right down the road. So, now being a D1 athlete, they come to every home game, they go to the away games. It's just so special to have that support around me. The coaches, were very, very heavily recruiting me. Felt a lot of love from the coaching staff. When I came on my visit, all the players, treated me like family already. I felt super accepted. And I got some advice one time. I would rather be a player on a team than a number on a team, and that really stuck with me. I feel like that's what it is at Mercyhurst. Everybody's a player, everybody's family.
Welcome to Moe's! At Moe's, we've always been inviting, but we have a bigger story to tell. A place that welcomes you to be you. Fresh, high-quality ingredients. We got that. Go ahead, do your thing. Come on, let's get weird. We don't judge. Moe's wants you to come in with your crew and their appetites. Dine in, pick up, or order on the Mo Rewards app. Either way, don't just stroll in, roll all in to Moe's Southwest Grill.
Hey, grab me one too.
In life, things aren't scripted.
If you're an athlete, we need people like you and translate those skills to officiating.
You can get a lot out of it.
It happens in every town, in every game.
We never have a perfect game, but the rewards always outweigh the negativities.
Kyle Turner here with the Pick 6. It's the top 6 plays from the past week in NEC football. Number 6. NEC Special Teams Player of the Week Duquesne's Joel Capasu goes 94 yards to the house on the opening kickoff.
Out to the 50-yard line. He might go all the way. Opening kick return touchdown, Joel Capasu.
Number 5. Duquesne's Joey Isabella catches this pass from Tyler Riddell, hits the defender with the hezzy, and goes 57 yards for the TD.
Good move by Isabella, and he's going to go all the way down the sideline for a touchdown.
Number 4. Mercyhurst Alex Kavaden hits Brian Trobel for this 76-yard catch-and-run touchdown, the longest play from scrimmage in the NEC this year.
Trobel, and he's going to take it all the way.
Number 3. NEC Offensive Player of the Week Mercyhurst Brian Trobel hurdles a defender and gets inside the 5. Trobel would score on the very next play.
Hurdles over Romulus, and he rumbles inside the 5.
Number 2. Central Connecticut's Devin Anderson reads the play and takes this pick 6, 55 yards the other way.
Intercepted, and the return is on, and this is going to be a touchdown on a pick 6.
Number 1. Duquesne's Ness Davis gets amazing height on this hurdle in a win over St. Francis.
From Petrus hurdles a man, and he's still going up the sideline. Oh, wow, what an athletic play from Ness Davis.
Wow.
Well, folks, there you have it. Those are your top 6 plays from the past week in NEC football.
Hi again, everybody. I'm Paul Dottino with the NEC Notebook, delivered to you by WB Mason. Mercyhurst running back Brian Trobel is the NEC Offensive Player of the Week. He hammered Wagner with 121 yards and 2 touchdowns on 29 carries and caught 2 passes for 75 yards and another score. The Defensive Player of the Week is Central Connecticut State's Malachi Wright. The linebacker posted a career-high 15 tackles to key a road win over Robert Morris. On special teams, it's Duquesne's Joel Capasu. He opened the route over St. Francis with a 94-yard kickoff return for a touchdown. The Dukes' Ryan Petrus takes home his 2nd straight Rookie of the Week award. His 12-yard touchdown catch was his 4th score of the season. We're back on Yes Network, Sportsnet Pittsburgh, and ESPN Plus on Saturday, October 25th with Duquesne at Wagner. Kickoff is at noon. All conference games are streamed live and free on NECFrontRow.com, and follow the season on social media at NEC Sports or the web at NECSports.com.
Today we're going to be helping style some high schoolers with Under Armour and seeing their personality shine through. She found her pick. Let's get it. Style is all about a representation of yourself. Whatever you feel the most confident in, it brings out your personality as well.
Yeah, I think community and style, it all goes together. Back to school is right around the corner. All the kids want to look good when they go back to school, so we want to make sure we help them do that. So at the end of the day, you know, you make the clothes. It's you.
Here's to the hardworking, the kitchen staff, and the front of house. The delivery drivers who can make sure you're fed when you can't or don't want to leave your house. To the customers, the cheese and pepperoni loving. The ones who taste things differently and insist that anything can go on a pizza. While some might see them as crazy, we see them as genius. No matter the occasion, no matter the toppings, at Donato's, every piece is important.
Kyle Turner here with the NEC Fast 5. It's the top 5 plays from the past week in NEC sports. Number 5, FDU's Marina Herzako chips the keeper to extend the Knights' lead.
That's chipped up and over the head.
Number 4, New Haven's Peyton Malinowski with a beautiful set from the back line, and Lauren McKellar finishes with the kill.
Gets it down. Outstanding stuff from Peyton Malinowski.
Number 3, Delaware State's Ariana Peregrino with an absolute banger off the volley.
And that's a goal on the second effort.
Number 2, Stonehill's Nate Montero rifles this game winner from just outside the box.
Don't let him shoot. Don't let him shoot, man. Oh, don't let him shoot.
Number 1, as seen on the SportsCenter Top 10, Central Connecticut's Emma Radoncic fires this lefty rocket in a 2-1 win for the Blue Devils. Well, folks, there you have it. Those are your top 5 plays from the past week in NEC sports.
With football, with sports, you gotta kind of always be delusionally confident with style. It's the way you wear it. You feel good, you play good. It goes all in one.
Hearst is home. It's more than just a phrase, it's a way of life. At Mercyhurst University, home is where you pursue your passions, work through challenges, find support, share laughs, and make memories that last a lifetime. We provide our students with generous scholarships, hands-on classroom experiences, and long-standing traditions, creating a foundation for success beyond our gates. Find your home at Mercyhurst University.
For Mercyhurst, entering the D1 arena isn't just about athletics. It's striving higher in every aspect, not only on the field, but also in the classroom and in our community. By elevating ourselves into Division I, we are building upon a tradition of academic excellence, surrounding ourselves with like-minded institutions, and shaping our students into thoughtful leaders. Our journey isn't just beginning, it's where we are.
I think that goes back to the culture.
Welcome back into Saxon Stadium. Mercyhurst Lakers find themselves in a 27-0 hole to the Duquesne Dukes in a battle of the 2 unbeatens in the NEC. So far, round 1 going to Duquesne. Second half underway, and we've got statistics from the first half of this NEC showdown on NEC Front Row. I welcome back in our broadcast partner, John Leisering. John, a dominant first half for the Dukes, and it's not just in the scoreboard. The numbers show the same.
First downs, Duquesne 14, Mercyhurst 3. Duquesne rushed 25 times for 209 yards, averaged almost 8.5 a carry. Mercyhurst rushed 9 times for minus 19, -2 yards per carry. Duquesne 64 receiving yards on 4 completions. Mercyhurst 46 receiving yards on 6 completions. Duquesne was 4 of 9 in the air with 1 interception. Mercyhurst was 6 of 16. Duquesne 273 total yards of offense. Mercyhurst 27 on 25 plays. Other notes, 1 interception for Mercyhurst. They returned it 15 yards but couldn't do anything with it. Lakers lost 1 fumble, and that was returned for a touchdown. Mercyhurst punted 4 times for 43 yards. Duquesne did not punt. Duquesne owned the ball nearly 2/3 of the time in the first half, 19-19 to 10-12. The Dukes were 2 of 4 on third down. Mercyhurst was 1 of 7. And Mercyhurst 1 of 2 on fourth down. Penalties. Each team had 1 penalty for 5 yards in the first half.
And it felt that way.
Boy, oh boy. And Duquesne had 2 sacks, I believe, for a total of 14 yards lost, getting to Urena twice and pressuring him on numerous other occasions.
A dominant first half for the Dukes. Mercyhurst has got some work to do. They have not lost at home yet this season, 2-0 on the season. And I think the most shocking part of this is Mercyhurst had a gauntlet to start off this season. They had to take on a Youngstown State team that was receiving votes. They lost by 9 in a 24-15 contest. They had to go all the way out to Sacramento State, a 49-28 loss. They battled the number 4, number 5, depending on the ranking you were looking at, Montana State Bobcats. Only a 17-0 loss. They played really strong in that game. They go to number 2 South Dakota. It's a lopsided score of 51-7. Needless to say, even against the toughest opponents that the FCS has to offer, the Lakers have played competitively. In this game, they have been shut down by Duquesne.
Against Youngstown State, it's fair to note also, Mercyhurst had 4 turnovers in that game to none for YSU, and that contributed to the 9-point loss.
And in this game, it's been a turnover differential, excluding the turnover on downs of 1 interception in favor of the Lakers, none the fumble recovery for a touchdown as well. So the turnovers coming in differentials, but for the Lakers, they get the ball to start off the second half, and they have got to take advantage of it, or else this one could be over before we reach a few minutes into the second half.
Opponents have now scored 37 points from Mercyhurst turnovers this season.
We are kicked off for second half of football here at Saxon Stadium. Back for a touchback. And Urena and the offense will come out as a few members of the kickoff team have some choice words to start off this second half. Cooler heads will prevail, and we will get back to football. 30 minutes to find at least 30 points and allow no more for the Lakers here. Urena will lead out the offense as they will start things off at the 25-yard line.
Well, the Lakers really have no reason to stir the pot here and engage in chatter with Duquesne, trailing by 27.
Lakers positives. Their defense has allowed just 3 points in each of the last 2 drives, so 6 total in the last 2 drives that did reach to the red zone. The offense starting to get things moving, but got to figure out a little bit quicker. They'll throw this one out to the sideline. And that one is just broken up as it was reaching out to the white paint, making it 2nd and 10, 5 seconds off the clock for the second half.
Well, Urena threw 52 times last season. He's thrown 16, make that 17 now, as Mercyhurst has not been able to run the football.
Trobel did have the fumble that led to a defensive touchdown from Avery Morris. That was on the first good drive of the offense's day for the Lakers, turned into a nightmare of a drive. 10 seconds left on the play clock here. 2nd down and 10. They'll put Trobel in motion back behind. Urena hands this one off. Trobel finds a seam to work with, and a tackle right about 8 yards into the rush prevents what could have been a lot more yards for Trobel. Again, he was your NEC Player of the Week last week. 3 total touchdowns, 2 rushing, 1 receiving. It's only a matter of time before he breaks out, and this could be a sign of things to come as he converts a 2nd and 10 into a 3rd and 1.
That's his biggest run. That's Mercyhurst's biggest run from scrimmage tonight.
Tried a few gadget plays with Trobel. They've had him go under center, direct snaps, a little flea flicker to Urena. And now they will have him go on. They will have him back to receive as well, and he will find his way to the first down marker. So first drive continues for the second half of the Lakers here, as a Laker is down on the ground now after the play.
The chirping continues after the play too. And we're going to get the training staff out to take a look at the fallen Mercyhurst player.
Teams will head back to their respective sidelines as the player is assessed. And we will take a short break while he is attended to.
Experience the rising tide and join the D1 Lakers.
There's losing, and then there's being the loser. Game time comes with enough pressure. Way too often, people are betting on sports, losing, and taking it out on the athletes. Only a loser would harass college athletes after losing a bet. But it happens almost every day. Root for your team. Get crazy when the buzzer sounds. But don't harass anyone because you lost a bet. It's time we draw the line and put an end to the abuse. Brought to you by the NCAA.
Hearst is home. It's more than just a phrase. It's a way of life. At Mercyhurst University, home is where you pursue your passions. Work through challenges.
Player is up under his own weight with some support staff assistance. And good to see him up and moving with 13:56 to go.
That, we believe, is Blake Hogler, an offensive lineman.
Keep you updated on his status as we learn more, and certainly wish for the best. We get to a 1st and 10 on the 38-yard line for the Lakers.
4th first down of the game for Mercyhurst.
Got to keep it going here, make an offensive drive, and make it a good one here to start things off. Urena, right off it, sends this one forward, and positive offensive progress. This has been the drive that we've needed to see from the Lakers in this game, and a good mix of pass and run resulting in success. They pick up 8 yards on 1st down, and now you've got 2 downs to make a 1st down.
Ryland Davison, graduate student, 200-pounder, 5'10", on the receiving end of the Urena pass.
Trobel in tight with Urena. 2nd and 2 on the 46. Defense looks like it wants to bring the pressure. Urena changing the play of the line. Got 5 seconds left on the play clock. Urena will take the snap. This one handed off to Trobel. Trobel once again running downhill. And now he's waking up into this game, growing into it well, and able to pick up another 1st down and another good set of yards.
So 3 first downs in the first half for Mercyhurst, 2 already on its opening possession of the 3rd quarter.
Lakers drive continues. They start things off in the second half, and they've controlled the ball for 2.5 minutes with a pair of 1st downs in their favor. Now the ball on the 47-yard line of the Duquesne Dukes. Urena in the backfield, takes the snap, fakes the handoff, sends this one down in deep. And not aware that it was in the air over his head as that one flies over Evan Van Dyke. 6'2" sophomore, just looked like a little bit of miscommunication. Good defensive lockdown made by the cornerback. That was Joel Capasu.
Van Dyke didn't expect the pass. He was looking downfield as Urena threw it and never did see it come down.
Urena, the 2nd and 10. Trobel right next to him again. 47-yard line. This one's handed off to Trobel. Got a man on his back. Picks up about 3 yards, and we'll have a 3rd and long here with just over 12 minutes left to go in the 3rd quarter. So big 3rd down here for the Lakers. They officially give him a yard, so a 3rd and 9. Two receivers to the top of the screen, 2 receivers to the bottom of the screen. Trobel in the backfield. Urena sends a man in motion. Lines up, comes in at the slot. Urena takes it. Pressure comes in. He stays cool, sends this one forward, collected, and this one will turn into a 1st down for the Lakers. A good pass, a good catch, and a 1st down continues this drive for the Lakers, picked up by Ryland Davison.
Urena had to scramble a little bit, but was very patient and found Davison for a big gain to the Duquesne 30-yard line.
And that's bending and not breaking as the offensive line. That pocket was collapsing. Urena kept a cool head, found his man where the ball could be placed right into his hands, and this drive continues. Now for the first time, the Lakers on the 30. They just throw this play away. Ooh. little bit of a late hit after that one came out. We'll have a 2nd and 10, ball in the 30. That play broke up pretty immediately as the defense got home. Back to Arena.
Yeah, Arena didn't fool anybody there, and he had to get rid of it. And one of the Lakers talking with the referee, Ryan Trobel, trying to plead his case for an unsportsmanlike conduct on the Duquesne defense, but no such luck.
2 receivers at the bottom of your screen. Trobel in the backfield alongside of Arena. 2nd and 10, ball in the 30-yard line. Trobel goes directly behind. Arena hands it off to him. Trobel looks for a hole, finds quite a bit. Got a lot of room to work with here. Trobel, another strong run to start off this second half. Lakers get a chunk, and they'll be close to the first down marker. Trobel didn't have a hole immediately. Kept those feet chugging.
54 yards on the drive thus far for Mercyhurst. Began at its own 25.
They got a 3rd and very short here. 3rd and 1, ball at the 21. Lakers just outside of the red zone. They don't want this drive to end in a field goal. They've came this far. They've had their best offensive drive of the game so far. Trobel will take the direct snap. Arena hands it off to him. Arena sends this one forward, completed, and a first down as it continues for the Lakers. This one hauled in by Ashton Wilson, the tight end, 6'4", 240, a big boy coming up with a catch and a big one, as it'll be 1st and 10 at the 11, so the Lakers can get a first down without getting a touchdown. This is the kind of drive we expected to see all game for the Lakers. This is the offense that we expected coming into this game, and it's delivering to start the second half.
Dallas Harper on the tackle for Duquesne.
2 in the backfield with Arena. 1st and 10, ball at the 11. A handoff here. Trobel room to work with. Hurdles one and drives down close to the goal line. That's the exact play that earned him a top play of the week. He has got some vertical on him and another strong run.
Don't know if Ryan Remedio read the riot act to the team at halftime or just asked them to play harder and play smarter. They've made some adjustments apparently, have the Lakers, and they're moving the football. They're inside the 5-yard line now.
2nd and 2, ball on the 3. You can get the first down without getting the touchdown and reset for 4 more. They want all the points now. Trobel under center, or in the direct snap position once again. He'll take this one patiently, working forward, right at the goal line. That should be enough for a first down, and we should have 1st and goal at about the 1.5.
The only problem with this drive, and it's been a good one for Mercyhurst, make no mistake about it, but they've used almost 7 minutes of the clock.
Time is a factor when you find yourself down 4 scores. Get down to 3, things get a little easier, but you got to punch it in here. 8:07 left to go. Trobel in the backfield behind Arena. 1st and goal at the 2. Snapped, this one taken, Arena, corner fade, and that one was to nobody. That'll be 2nd and goal at the 2. 7:54 to go as the clock will stop.
It was intended for Alejandro Vasquez, the tight end. There's also a marker on the field.
Oh, chop block on the Laker offense, and the first mistake of this drive. That'll back them up. And this is the time when you wish that you had that first down marker to still go after, as a 1st and goal away from the goal line makes things tougher.
They're going to step off some yardage and mark it all the way back out to the 16-yard line, it looks like. That's only the 2nd penalty against Mercyhurst and just the 3rd penalty in this game. It's been very clean.
And of all the times for the Lakers to take that 2nd penalty, doing so in a goal-to-go situation, not where you want that. 1st down and goal. Ball on the 17-yard line. Arena, Trobel right beside him. Ooh, got the jump there. Should have snapped it. Would have been an offside. Keep things going. Arena trips up top. Arena throws this one into the corner. Wide ball up in the air. Waiting for the signal. No completion. Boy, it was an athletic play, but an incomplete pass.
I'll tell you what, the Duquesne player was Dallas Harper, who had the coverage. And he was very fortunate that that was not a touchdown because the ball was well thrown.
That was a strong pass from Urena. Hauled in just on the wrong side of the white paint. 2nd and goal at the 17-yard line. Urena. Now to his left side, he has Arian Rodriguez. Rodriguez goes behind. Fakes the handoff to Rodriguez. Looking upfield, man on his back, and they're going to pull him down. The Laker march continues backwards. 3rd down and about a mile from the end zone.
And half the 3rd quarter already in the books. Mercyhurst trying to get on the board. Get some momentum here. By the way, the band did a very nice job at halftime for Mercyhurst.
Yes, they did.
We got to give kudos to the band. Cheerleaders here from both teams. Duquesne to the right side of the field, and Mercyhurst also with cheerleaders to the right side as we view the field.
Urena, back it'll go. Grabs. And no penalty markers down on the field. It was awful close there in the corner of the end zone. It'll be 4th down and 19.
Henry Pickens doing a little showboating in front of the Mercyhurst fans there as he broke up the pass in the end zone. Of course, Duquesne can do that. Got to be careful of taunting, though. And Mercyhurst is going to try to get on the board with a field goal.
The Lakers had 1st and goal at the 2. And it ends up at 4th and goal at the 19. Field goal unit on to try and get on the board. This one up and won't be good. Wide to the left, as you see on your screen. And a drive that takes up more than half of the 3rd quarter results in no points for the Lakers. Duquesne will get the football with a little thank you for Eaton Clock gift.
Mercyhurst now 3 of 6 on field goals this season. And that one attempted from about 26, 27 yards was no good. So a promising drive. Mercyhurst drives from its own 25. The drive stalls at the 19. 56 yards on the drive, come up empty, and as we mentioned, a huge chunk of the 3rd quarter used up.
Well, get ready to see the rushing attack come out here for the Dukes. 6:48, all that's left in the 3rd quarter. They've got a 4-score lead that does not get cut into off the missed field goal. Everything going right for the Lakers on that drive until you get to the 2-yard line of that chop block. Flag is thrown immediately on the snap. And it should be a false start. It will back up 5 yards for the Duquesne offense. They'll have a 1st and 15 to start things off with a ball at the
Only
15.
2 penalties assessed Duquesne, both 5-yard penalties. 1 now in each half. Ball's at the 15. It'll be 1st down and 15.
And that ball will be at the 15. 1st and 15, Riddell out there. Ness Davis, who has been the name to know in today's game, will be alongside him. Riddell. 6:48 left to go, quarter number 3. 27-0 for the Dukes. And another false start penalty due up here against Duquesne. That'll block him up to 1st and 20. Ball on the 10-yard line. If you want to make a defensive stand here for the Lakers, you are being gift-wrapped by 2 early movements by the Duquesne offense.
One of the toughest things I've found broadcasting mucho events over my years is trying to keep a game that's one-sided entertaining. I hope you haven't left. Mercyhurst is still in there plugging away.
First and 20, ball on the 10. 6:48 to go, third quarter. Duquesne, self-inflicted wounds to start off this drive. Ball snapped, given up to Ness Davis. Davis, just more room for him to run. He'll get back just past the original line of scrimmage, and it will go from first and 20 to about second and 7. That's the Ness Davis effect in tonight's game.
You know how difficult it is being a hockey announcer. I know you've had your share of games that were one-sided. Whether your team or the opponent was winning, it's tough to keep people tuned in.
Clock continues to tick. Second and 7. Ball on the 23. So what was a net negative of 13 yards now turns into a net positive of 3 yards thanks to Ness Davis. Riddell gives this one over to Davis once again. Davis finds a hole. One man to beat. He's got a lot of room to go. Finds this one over to the sideline. Finally pushed out as the defender in the second tier in Jake Miller, the inside linebacker graduate student, is able to find him out of bounds. Another first down. And good things continue for the Duquesne offense here as we march under 6 minutes left to go in the third quarter.
Well, that man has had quite a night. Ness Davis. He's made a nest, so to speak, of Mercyhurst, the way he's been able to carry the football, even making extra yards after contact.
Been a big part of the reason that Duquesne has found all the success that they have. Man in motion. They'll give this one to Davis anyway. Davis had a steam forward. And again, it's the first contact and just finding more yards. You can be stopped 2 yards into your run, but when you find another 2 after that first shoulder pad hits you, you're going to make it a lot easier. And that is exactly what happens there for Davis. A 2-yard run turns into a 4-yard run, and now it's second and 6.
5 minutes to go in the third, 27-0 Duquesne. Mercyhurst had a promising drive to start the second half. Unravel deep in Duquesne territory.
Second and 6, ball on the 43-yard line. Riddell sends a man in motion. They'll have trips at the bottom. Give this one. Nope, won't give it to Davis. This one will be passed out left wing side and find its way in for another first down. Reception turns into a first down by Kyron Boyd. Well, Riddell hasn't passed a ton in today's game, and it's been a mixed bag. He had a beautiful touchdown pass on the first drive, a few nice completions down into the red zone, a good outlet pass right there to Boyd, and, of course, the interception to the linebacker earlier on in this game in the second half, or in the first half, excuse me. But right there, you give the ball to your receiver, you see what they can do, and Boyd turns it into a first down for you. First and 10, ball on the 44.
Unofficially 14 carries, 144 yards.
4 minutes left to go. Boyd in motion. This one will go to Solomon. Solomon, who's been one of the 3 backs. We haven't seen Taj Butts since about the second or third drive of this game. It's been mostly Solomon and, of course, Davis as the lead man. But Solomon's given some good runs and gains about 4 yards right there to make it second and 6.
5th carry for him tonight. He's got 50. Duquesne has over 200 yards on the ground. No surprise.
Riddell looks over to the sideline. 2 receivers to the top of the screen, 1 to the bottom. Riddell calls to his line. Softly gives this one back, and met pretty immediately is Solomon, as now a bit of a grappling match right off the initial hit. Defender for the Lakers came in trying to take that one right away. And turns into a third down and 6. So no gain on that rush. Opportunity for the Laker defense to do what they've done a very manageable job of recently, which is, of course, stopping possessions from turning into points. Again, the last defensive touchdown, or the last touchdown allowed by the defense of the Lakers came to make it a 14-0 game. It was 2 field goals and then an offensive fumble that turned into a defensive touchdown, as back all alone in the backfield is Riddell, and he's going to pass here on 3rd and 6. Pocket collapses. He'll use his own feet. He's done that a few times today, and he's going to gain even more. Riddell running down to the 17-yard line. You want your quarterback to be smart, to not take a hit, but when Riddell's as tough as he is, he's going to get a first down and get you into the red zone.
Again, some extracurricular after the game, this time involving Anthony Mackey, a defensive back for Mercyhurst and one of the Dukes. Lakers are just frustrated right now. They are frustrated. They have not been able to do anything consistently tonight. They had their best drive to start the third quarter, end up without points on a missed field goal. And Duquesne has come right back and has taken it from the 19-yard line all the way down to the Mercyhurst, 17.
Well, and back up with the two false starts that actually started their real drive at the 10-yard line. When you look at all that, this has been cumulatively a 90-yard drive. We'll get a timeout here, and that gives me a chance to update the viewers. Again, this is 2 of the 3 undefeated teams in the NEC coming into this game. The third is Central Connecticut State University. They are in a 17-17 brawl with the Wagner Seahawks with under 2 minutes left to go in the game. It's Wagner's homecoming. Wagner's won just 1 game this season. They're 1-5 on the year. Central Connecticut State comes in at 2-0. This would not only be a huge upset for the Wagner Seahawks, but an opportunity, if Duquesne can hold on to the 27-0 lead that they've already accumulated, to not only control your own destiny, but really have a chance to run away with the NEC here. They'll go into Wagner next week as their road stretch continues, but some intrigue with the teams at the top of the NEC standings here today. 3 2-0 teams enter, 1 undefeated team may be all that exits.
Stonehill came in 4th at 1-1. New Haven hadn't played an NEC game as yet. Robert Morris 0-1, Wagner 0-1, LIU 0-2, and St. Francis 0-2.
Could be a double dip of luck for the Duquesne Dukes here today. They're doing their job, and they're hoping that their good friends on Grimes Hill can do the same. They, again, visit Staten Island next weekend to take on those Wagner Seahawks. And, well,
they're playing Neil Diamond right now. You're familiar with that every time London was in town.
Very much so. Very much so. I know the real words to that song. 1:41 to go here. 1st and 10. Ball on the 17-yard line. This one handed right back. Then kept by Riddell. Worked over right wing side. Flag comes flying out as the man goes out of bounds. That was Noah Canty, the tight end.
Flag was dropped at about the 12-yard line.
Officials will convene here. There's a good running gun right there from Riddell as he found his tight end. Oh, and an offensive holding will make that play moot. And back up the Duquesne Dukes. They'll do first down all over again. Find themselves a little bit deeper toward half field.
95 seconds left in the third. Still 27-0 Duquesne.
Duquesne ball will be at about the 29.5-yard line. So a long first down. They haven't had troubles with that on this drive so far.
Duquesne will be at Wagner next week. Mercyhurst will entertain Stonehill.
Davis behind Riddell, man in motion. Tighten things up on the line. Riddell keeps this one himself. Looking deep. Throws this one into the end zone. And too far for his tight end, his intended target, who was the same target that received that pass that did not count on the holding. So makes it 2nd and 17, ball on the 24-yard line.
Noah Candy, the tight end, was trying to get open in the far side of the end zone. The pass slightly overthrown.
Canty will come out. In will come Jermaine Johnson. A few substitutions made here for the Duquesne offense. 2nd and 17 remains, ball on the 24. And $1:13 left to go here in the third quarter. Duquesne does have control of their destiny in this game. They're up 27-0 and threatening just outside of the red zone. Man in motion, Riddell hands this one off to Davis. Davis, initial touch, scatters forward for about 4 yards. And he'll bring up a long third down and another opportunity for this Mercyhurst defense to try and stand on its head in the red zone.
Jake Miller, I believe, was the man who wrestled him down.
3rd down, 12. Ball on the 19-yard line. Mercyhurst defense in the red zone in the last few trips there has resulted in 2 field goals, no touchdowns. See what the Lakers can do. Clock ticking down, 10 seconds left on the play clock, 35 on the reel. Two back with Riddell, including Davis. Davis gets the ball here, met at the point of attack, and will be short. We'll have a big fourth down coming up, and can't imagine Duquesne will snap this one before we go to the fourth quarter. Slow to get up, and they will take this one into quarter number 4. The first scoreless quarter of this game is quarter 3, and it looked like it was going to be Mercyhurst to finally strike into this 27-0 Duquesne lead. A field goal in what feels like hours ago that missed wide left now sees the Duquesne Dukes, who started with the ball in their own 20, push back to the 10-yard line, find themselves now in the 12 in a 4th and 5 situation. As we head to the fourth quarter, we will take our final timeout before we head into the final.
Find support, share laughs, and make memories that last a lifetime. We provide our students with generous scholarships, hands-on classroom experiences, and long-standing traditions, creating a foundation for success beyond our gates. Find your home at Mercyhurst University.
For years, they competed against each other. But every 4 years, they take on the world. They represent our schools and our country. We are proud to say, Olympians are made here.
Here's to the heart.
A timeout was called by the Duquesne Dukes right before the end of the quarter, leaving 1 second left, and they will send out the field goal unit to try and put up points before we head to the fourth quarter.
This will be a 31-yard try. Angle to the left near hash mark.
Harper to hold. Good snap, good hold. Clark up, and it will be good. 30-0 Duquesne Dukes as they add on right before we head to the fourth quarter. That will take us to the fourth. 30-0 in favor of Duquesne.
Hardworking, the kitchen staff, and the front of house. The delivery drivers who can make sure you're fed when you can't or don't want to leave your house. To the customers, the cheese and pepperoni loving. The ones who taste things differently and insist that anything can go on a pizza. While some might see them as crazy, we see them as genius. No matter the occasion, no matter the toppings, at Donato's, every piece is important.
In life, things aren't scripted.
If you're an athlete, we need people like you and translate those skills to officiating.
You can get a lot out of it.
For Mercyhurst, entering the D1 arena isn't just about athletics. It's striving higher in every aspect, not only on the field, but also in the classroom and in our community. By elevating ourselves into Division I, we are building upon a tradition of academic excellence, surrounding ourselves with like-minded institutions, and shaping our students into thoughtful leaders. Our journey isn't just beginning, it's where we are. Experience the rising tide and join the D1 Lakers.
Fourth quarter ready to get underway here. Duquesne adding on to their 27-0 lead with a field goal at the end of the third quarter. And that makes it 30-0 Duquesne in a second half that started so positively looking for the Mercyhurst Lakers. They come up short and allow a long drive that results in 3 points and a 30-point deficit. Kicked back, this will be short of the end zone. Picked up, and the Lakers will look to return. Moving up at the 20, met at about the 24, and maybe falling forward to the 25. So results in where it would have ended up if it were a touchback anyway.
I believe that was Jonathan Askew. By the way, that gust of wind you may have felt back where you're watching and listening to this broadcast in the third quarter was the air leaving the Mercyhurst balloon after driving deep into Duquesne territory and coming up empty. Mercyhurst is in danger of losing its first home game of 2025. Duquesne came in 0-2 on the road and appears destined to pick up its first road win of 2025.
The arena looking to lead a comeback for the ages here for the Lakers. This one will be sent out to the sideline and dropped. Had it in the hands, bobbled it, fell to the earth, and so did the ball. Makes a 2nd and 10 at the 26, and really that drive is the defining play of the game. Lakers got down to the 2-yard line. They ate up about 7-8 minutes of the first part of quarter number 3. A chop block, only the second penalty taken by the Lakers, moves them back, and they just keep going backwards. They get an opportunity to cut into the lead, and they miss a field goal to the left. 2nd and 10 at the 26. Pre-snap. And collected here by Urena. Looks left, throws right, and a little bit too far out wide to his receiver, Dylan Evans. Brings up 3rd and 10. But a flag will come out as a Laker was down on the field after the result of the play. That was Joey Balgo, the left guard. Lakers might make up a few yards here thanks to the piece of laundry on the field.
Waiting for the official call, 14:45 on the clock.
The officials separate the two sides. Quick explanation. A call on each side. Two personal fouls, one afflicting each side. And so no movement in either direction as a result of the piece of laundry on the field. Will remain 3rd and 10. Ball in the 26. 2 incomplete passes thrown by Urena on this drive.
Urena now 9 of 26 on the game. He threw 52 times a year ago.
14:45, just 15 seconds gone by to start off the 4th quarter. Urena got Trobel beside him. Urena tries the hard count, wanted to make the Dukes jump unsuccessfully.
Dukes with 3 down linemen in defense.
Urena throw, hits off of the fingertips at about the 1st down marker and incomplete. That'll be a 3 and out for the Lakers. And the punt team will come out.
Intended for Dylan Evans, who thought he might have been interfered with, didn't get the call. And Mercyhurst again will relinquish the football.
Well, from the kickoff that was moved upfield to the 3 and out, all in all, that took 19 seconds for the Lakers. And they will bring back out punter Garrett McGuire, who's been quite busy here tonight. Flags come out, movement before the snap. Now we've got some discussions between both sides well away from where the area of play would have been. They'll separate the Laker and the Duke. Still waiting for what the call on the official first flag thrown was.
Well, things are getting a little chippy right now, which is certainly understandable. Mercyhurst is frustrated. Duquesne may be talking a little bit as well. And those things will happen. The officials break it up quickly. Going to walk 5 yards off on a motion penalty, I believe, against Mercyhurst. Drop it back to the 21-yard line.
And the official look to take control of this game once again. Again, you don't want a game like this. It's out of hand on the scoreboard to turn into anything out of hand in the field of play.
Nor do you want anybody to get hurt with the game as one-sided as it is right now.
The snap and the punt here from McGuire. A sky-high punt. Backs up the returner. And it will be fair caught at about the 28-yard line by Joey Isabella. And it'll be about the 28 where the Duke offensive drive will begin. Well, the disappointing part really is that the Laker defense has played very well from the second quarter on. They've allowed only 9 points in the red zone after, of course, the 14-point hole that was opened up by the Duquesne Dukes. The only other touchdown coming from a ball that was placed on the turf by Brian Trobel, picked up by linebacker Avery Morris, the defensive score. But the offense has just not been able to match the intensity and the grit needed in this game. They had a drive that went down to the 2, were not able to find anything as an offensive result. And Riddell and the Dukes offense will find themselves back out onto the field once again.
46-yard punt, no return.
The snap, not handed off. This one given over to the tight end once again. That was Noah Canty. He was a favorite target. Ball came out about the exact same time as the whistle. I think the Mercyhurst player would argue that Canty was down on the defender and not quite on the ground yet, and that's the reason for the swipe. They will call that down on the field of play, and it will move the chains for a first down for the Duquesne Dukes.
Out to the 41 for 13. That was Jake Miller who tried to knock the ball away. Duquesne in no hurry right now with 14 to go and comfortably ahead 30-0.
Well, despite the thrills and antics on Staten Island, the Central Connecticut State Blue Devils do come away with the victory 24-17 in overtime. So Duquesne will have to continue to remain perfect until they meet. This one worked out left wing side. Solomon, shoelace tackle before he can get to the first down marker. 13:30 left to go in regulation. It'll be second down due up for Duquesne. Solomon Jr. continuing to gain good offensive yards on the ground for the Dukes.
And Duquesne keeping the ball on the ground for short passes, using the clock. Right now they just want to get out of Dodge without anybody getting hurt and go back to Pittsburgh, tied for the top spot in the NEC with Central Connecticut, who survived against Wagner.
2nd and 4 off of the Solomon run. Solomon remains back behind Riddell. 13 and counting here. Solomon takes it. Solomon, little juke out to the left or out to the right side near the bottom of your screen. Extra motion forward, and he does get a first down and a change of downs for the Dukes. They have crossed half field, and they will look to find the end zone offensively for the first time since early on in this contest.
Cedric Carter on the stop for Mercyhurst. Duquesne in Mercyhurst territory now at the 47-yard line, 1st and 10.
Solomon remains the back, lined up right alongside Riddell. One man partially out of the top. He comes in motion. They're going to end up giving it to him, and this one works out right wing side on a hook play. Finds his way out of bounds and results in about an 8-yard gain on that motion handoff.
Devin Thomas, the ball carrier. He gets to the 40-yard line before running out of bounds. And the official keeps the clock running.
Solomon will come out. Second down and 3. 11:28 left to go here. Ball on the 40-yard line. Riddell takes it. Hands it off. Met right at the point of attack. And that is one of the first times that we have seen a ground play for this Duke team not result in positive yardage. Not one of the usual backs that we've seen for the Duquesne Dukes, and it results in a loss of a yard.
Yeah, Duquesne has well over 200 yards on the ground.
Davis will come back in, 3rd and 4. Clock continues to run. Ball at the 41-yard line. Mercyhurst looking for another defensive stop. Riddell, he'll swing out left wing side, looking for somewhere to go. Throws this one to the sideline and incomplete. Interesting play call there from the Dukes. It results in a 4th down. Surely too far for a kick here. Riddell stays out there to start things off, and now it will be the special teams unit coming out with 10:34 to go. A play that was just perfectly read by Mercyhurst defensively, and results in the punt team coming out, if I'm not mistaken, for the first time today.
217 yards on the ground last year for Duquesne, well over 200 yards this year. That's really one of the indicators why Duquesne has a sizable lead.
Michael Baraducci on to punt. Up into the air, will find its way to the end zone. It'll die right at the 1, but then has a little extra gas on it. Goes in for a touchback. And once again, Lakers and Dukes convene near the Duke sideline. Mercyhurst will get the offensive drive going with 10:28 left to go. Listen, all the credit in the world due to this Mercyhurst defense. They have had 3 straight trips to the red zone or 3 trips to the red zone after the initial touchdowns that have resulted in just field goals. They get a stop on 3rd down right there. Defensively, they've only allowed the 9 points after the initial 14-point hole that was opened up by Duquesne. That's still not a terrific day at the office, but they have recovered very nicely. And again, if the offense could figure things out here for Mercyhurst, you're running well out of time here now in a 5-score game rather. But the defense has showed up in the second half, and I want to make sure they get their flowers where due. Urena. Back at the 20-yard line on the other side of the touchback on the punt. He'll be back to pass. Urena, high-flying ball here, and they're going to throw a pass interference flag. That'll be a free 15 for the Lakers, and a good job done by the wide receiver to be able to work that one far up the field as he could.
We believe the interference penalty was against Donovan Stanley, number 20. Urena's going to throw the football practically every down now. Now we're going to get pass interference calls we mentioned, or Sean mentioned.
And that was Shaquille Ferguson who drew the penalty for pass interference. There's a Laker down on the field in the backfield. And he will get up under his own power and walk off. That was Taylor Wright Rawls.
Actually, I think it might have been a Duquesne player.
Ah, yes.
Sean Solomon.
You're correct.
No problem.
10:22 to go. Free 15 yards for the Mercyhurst Lakers. First down and 10 due up at the 35-yard line. And a good effort, of course, as we had mentioned, from Shaquille Ferguson. This man a little too far in his way, a little too much contact, a little too much impedance results in the pass interference. 30-0 Duquesne, 10:22 to go. Fourth quarter.
If I'm Mercyhurst, I just want to win the last 10-22 of this game.
Absolutely. You got a game against Stonehill next week. That's what you got to look forward to. And Urena will be pulled down for yet another sack. And a positive drive comes forward from the pass interference, and a negative play goes backwards as a result of yet another sack from the pressure of the defense of the Dukes.
And the Dukes continue to point to the scoreboard after every tackle as the chirping has continued.
Second down and 17, a 7-yard loss on the hit on Urena in the backfield. And the clock will continue to tick down. Now we get a stoppage on the clock. Out from the quarterback position will go Urena. And in will come Alex Javodin, excuse me. Alex Javodin comes in as Urena, I believe, had an equipment issue.
Duquesne had 4 sacks last year, and at least 4 in this game.
So first snap we'll see from Javodin under quarterback, wearing the number 12. Javodin in the backfield, slings this one out right to the man, perfectly into his hands. That is a well-placed ball, and that is close to a first down marker, corralled in by Taylor Wright Rawls.
Perfectly thrown ball by Javodin, who did a great job against Wagner last week in a Mercyhurst win. He threw it between 2 defenders perfectly.
Javodin will remain out, 3rd and 3. Well, that was a 14-yard completion to Taylor Wright Rawls. Swinging out left side. This one collected, good for a first down. Ooh, and just avoiding a big hit down there. Joe Kerbacher with the reception and the first down. And Javodin breathing new life into this offense as he collects 14 yards on his first pass and a first down on his second. Taylor Wright Rawls will go to the bottom of your screen. Javadin will stay in at quarterback. 8:35 to go. Lakers are just past half field. Javadin nearly gets a jump there. Javadin, he'll take this one. Step way back into the pocket. Throw this one forward. Ooh, awkward little landing there from Joe Kerbacher, who collects his second straight pass. I believe no gain, if not a loss of a half yard.
Brought down by Avery Morris.
He, of course, had the scoop and score on the fumble back in the second quarter. They do credit Kerbacher with a 2-yard gain to make it 2nd and 8 on the 47-yard line. Clock ticking down, 7:50 left to go. Javadin, quick pass, immediately met, immediately brought down. It'll be a 3rd down and long. Javadin has completed every pass. He will go out now as back into the game comes Urena.
That was a nice defensive play there by T.J. Jones of Duquesne.
3rd down and 10, under 7.5 left to go in the 4th quarter. Urena back in. Brian Trobel right alongside his quarterback. Urena will take the snap between the R and the S of the Mercyhurst logo at center field. He's hit in the backfield, gets out of it, keeps running forward, looking for an open man. Little shuttle pass. That one deflected off of the arms of both the defender and his intended recipient of Taylor Wright Rawls. 4th down and 10. 6:59 left to go. The offense stalls right at midfield. Urena looking over to the sideline to see if he'll stay in.
What do you have to lose?
Yeah, no reason to punt in a 30-point deficit. Again, you're building for next week. You're building for Stonehill. You with the loss here today, again, assuming that a miraculous comeback will not occur for the Mercyhurst Lakers, you're still 2-1 in the NEC. You still have a lot of positivity to build on, and you got to get back to right. Urena takes the snap under center. Outlet pass out to the left wing side. Ooh, good little connection right there. You hear the pads pop right in front of us. And that was Arian Rodriguez, the senior. Makes a run up the field, maybe gets about 3 or 4 yards. Well, now the chains are moving backwards. And, of course, that will be a turnover on downs. Job done by the defense of the Dukes.
That drive went for 34 yards before stalling. But right now, the fans of Mercyhurst aren't happy. The alums aren't happy. Players aren't happy. The coaches aren't happy. The announcers aren't happy. It's not been a happy night for Mercyhurst. They trail 30-0 and under 7 to go, and Duquesne has the ball.
6:50 remaining here, period, or the 4th quarter of action. 1st and 10 due up for the Dukes. Day is done for Riddell. And up the field, this one will come on a rushing opportunity just past half field. So in at quarterback now, Logan Kushner. We saw him earlier on in this contest take a snap. And the Duquesne Dukes putting in the backups as they find themselves in a position to go back to Pittsburgh with a 3-0 record in the NEC.
And their 4th successive win overall to move to 5-3.
Taking their sweet time with 6:10 left to go in this contest. Handoff here, left wing side. Plenty of room to work with. Passing the 1st down marker and coming up successfully. That's Deshaun Hopkins, the 4th different running back we've seen in this game. Their primary backs, of course, are Butts, Solomon, and Davis, who have been very impressive. But we've seen Hopkins the last few series, and he's running hard himself, and that offensive line up front is making it so anyone that they put back there, quarterbacks included, are able to find plenty of yards forward.
1st down at the Mercyhurst 43-yard line, clock running, 5.5 left, 30-0 Duquesne.
1st down and 10. Kushner sends a man in motion. Another handoff here to Hopkins. Hopkins met at the line. A gain of maybe a half should give him a yard. It'll be a 2nd and 9.
Well, the Mercyhurst defense still scrapping.
They've shown me a lot in the second half. They've done their job. They've allowed just 3 points in the second half. And granted, of course, maybe not the same energy and vigor that you expect in the second half as the first half because of the way that the score has been lopsided. But for Mercyhurst, this is still a victory and a silver lining in your defense of what they've been able to do in the second half. They did their job. They've allowed just the 3 points. They've played a solid game after the way that the game started. But for the Duquesne Dukes, they're not going to care about how this second half has gone. They're going to care about the final score as they hand this off to Hopkins. Hopkins finding some room to work with. He'll go down about the 36-yard line as some laundry will fly out.
Hopkins trying to get some extra playing time. Officials will discuss the situation, but Mercyhurst appears to be walking the wrong way.
Referee crew talking at the 30-yard line. They are pointing, of course, closer to the end zone of the Dukes.
Dead ball foul, personal foul against the Lakers. Again, I think more or less a frustration type of penalty. And Duquesne will have the ball now inside the 20, down, looks like close to the 16-yard line.
Ball in the 16, Kushner the quarterback. Hopkins alongside him, 2 to the top, 1 to the bottom. Kushner reads the defense pre-snap, takes this one. He'll give it out to Hopkins. Hopkins, nothing but real estate to work with, takes it to the house, and that is a touchdown to make it 36-0 Duquesne. Hopkins, the second different running back to find the end zone. 4 minutes left in the fourth quarter, and Duquesne gets the proverbial cherry on top of what has been a nearly perfect game for them. Coming in as an unbeaten team, they will leave as an unbeaten team. Hopkins with the rushing touchdown for 16 yards.
Most points ever allowed by Mercyhurst against Duquesne. Last year set the mark with 31 in a 31-24 loss, and now 36 to the Dukes with a point after coming.
Nate Harper in on the hold. Good snap, good kick, good extra point. 37-0 Duquesne. That's the first touchdown of the second half. 4 minutes left to go. Lakers will get the ball. But for everything this game was advertised to be, everything that was talked about in this game, Duquesne came to play. A slow start for the Lakers is something they could never overcome. Offensive struggles. A game that I don't believe, based on what I've seen from the tape, as we're about 8 games into the season for the Mercyhurst Lakers. Not a game that's indicative of the team that they are. It's one of those nights where you get this budding rivalry game and you get gut punched, but you get a chance to reset next week against another NEC opponent in the Stonehill. And for the Lakers, they'll just look to course correct and get themselves back into their winning ways.
Mercyhurst prior to tonight had shut out Duquesne twice, 20-0 in 1985 here in Erie, and then 27-0 in 1989 here in Erie. Well, here in Erie tonight, it's Duquesne 37 and Mercyhurst nothing. Duquesne, with this victory, will move to 3-7-1 against the Lakers, having won 2 straight. Mercyhurst will have lost its third night game this season. They'll be 0-3 in that category.
And should this score hold, this will be the first time Duquesne has shut out the Lakers in their meetings in this series history. Fumbled on the kick return, but turns into positive yardage. And really gutty effort there on the kick return. You drop the ball, you keep it going forward. And you do get this one to about the 36-yard line. So here you go. You know the game's over if you're the Lakers, but it's not about that. What do you want to do to get yourself some pride, get on the scoreboard, and look ahead to next Saturday against Stonehill? This is a drive that you're not playing for tonight. You're playing for just remembering what that pride is. And again, the Lakers have had a strong season to start the NEC. They will drop to 2-1. Duquesne will move up to 3-0. But still, this is a very prideful team, just their second year in the FCS, and I think they've proved a lot of people wrong of what a transition from D2 to D1 can look like. Competitive games against some of the top teams in the FCS, just not their night tonight, and all credit in the world to Duquesne for the way that they came into this game. Game plan ready, execution ready, and currently, with just 3:52 left, they are pitching a shutout.
By the way, I would be remiss if I didn't congratulate Mercyhurst for this renovated press box.
Oh, it's beautiful.
Brand new one here in 2025. This press box was erected in 1996 and got this kind of rejuvenation, if you will, here 29 years later. This field actually used to be called Tullio Field after the late Mayor Lou Tullio. It was grass when it opened in 96, went to turf in 98, it's been turf ever since.
Jameer Gamble in on the rush, gained a yard. Two stadiums in Erie, formerly named after Mayor Tullio, Tullio Arena and Tullio Field. Both have since changed names as this one's up in the air and will be intercepted. No, dropped. Oh, did the hard part, but couldn't get the easy part of just holding on to the ball as the tumble came. It was a good defensive play, well read, but just dropped as you went down to the turf. And, well, it's not going to affect the things in the long scheme of things, but when you get those opportunities as a defensive player, you want to take them.
I believe that was Quan Rhodes McKee who very nearly had the interception. Javon, by the way, is back in at quarterback.
3:14 to go, 3rd and 9. Javon will take the snap. Look out to the left side. Now look back up to the top of your screen. Thrown heavy into traffic and brings up 4th down. 3:08 left to go in the 4th quarter. Javon will go back to the sideline.
Well, it's one thing to lose. It's another thing to lose decisively and be shut out in the process. That's a tough pill to swallow. But Mercyhurst is going to have to get back up and get ready for Stonehill.
And this is a what do you learn from this kind of game. This is an opportunity for Mercyhurst to show that even in the face of resiliency and losing in what is going to become a rivalry, as you can tell just based on the way that this game has gone, how do you respond? McGuire skies another punt. This one will land at about the 20, dropped, and the Lakers unable to come up with it. The gunner was right where that ball had landed, but the Dukes have had the bounces go their way tonight, and even in what some people, not myself, would refer to as garbage time, something does not bounce the way of the Lakers.
That was a unofficial 42-yard punt and no return. Players are still talking to each other, although friendly conversation.
Ball will be at the 21-yard line, 2:58. Probably see a couple of rushes, a couple of first downs, and then a few knees to get that bus started to head back to Pittsburgh, the 3-0 record. Knowing that Central Connecticut State got their job done tonight, you got to just keep doing yours.
By the way, this game was originally scheduled for 7 o'clock. I heard Duquesne had an issue with that, and Mercyhurst relinquished it and moved the game up an hour. So didn't help the situation, but it was originally scheduled, I'm told, for 7 o'clock.
Well, whatever that issue may have been, a good integrity move on the Lakers on being able to accommodate, and worked out to the Duquesne favor. Certainly with a 37-0 lead, clock continues to run. That rush was for -2 yards, so 2nd and 12 at the 18. And again, it does make you curious. Again, there's been so many divisional levels. Duquesne started as a club football team. They moved up to D3, and they've bounced, as have the Mercyhurst Lakers, bounced around the different divisions that they played in. But only this to be the 11th meeting all time between two schools that are separated by just about 2 hours. obviously things will change, but interesting to see historically, as that one is a trip-up play that results at about the 21-yard line. Duquesne bench fired up. Their coaching staff, yeah, they came in as we reached the 2-minute warning. You came in knowing what was at stake. 2-2-0 teams. You're going on the road to a place that has not hosted a loss yet this season. You're taking on a team that wants to establish itself in the FCS, and what do? You come in here and you get 37 points on the board. It's worthy of celebration. This Duquesne team is no stranger to success in the NEC. In fact, they are one of the gold standards. We talked about it earlier in the broadcast. The co-championships or championships that they have won since they joined the NEC as a football member in 2008, they won an outright one this year. And Central Connecticut State waits at the end of the rainbow for them if they can both take care of business up until that point.
Duquesne has played nearly flawlessly tonight. Yeah, they've had a penalty here and there, but Mercyhurst just from the start wasn't in it. I don't know if they were tight or Duquesne was just the better team, because Duquesne pounded the ball on the ground and eventually got a touchdown pass to start the parade of scoring at 7-0.
3rd down and 9. As we have surpassed the 2-minute warning, Kushner will take this one himself, rush up the field, man on his back, short of the first down marker, and goes out of bounds, so the clock will stop. No, they will say that this one was properly on the right side of the first down, and it will be a new set of downs for Kushner's offense.
1:53 left in this one. Well, the Mercyhurst coaching staff will, I've heard of coaches just toss a video away, not even bother looking at it, and just get back to work, in this case, getting prepared for Stonehill, because there's nothing other than the drive to start the 3rd quarter. And the defense Mercyhurst played for the most part in the second half, albeit against Duquesne reserves.
Hopkins on the run. Maybe back to the line of scrimmage. Clock will run.
No reason for anybody to stop the clock right now.
Now, this is a sour taste in the mouth for what was so anticipated from the Mercyhurst side. We again talked about the tremendous fan support tonight, the pregame concert. But for the Lakers, if you want to take a silver lining from this, and obviously this game didn't go the way that you wanted it to, but you got to be in a game like this early on in your FCS program history. It's just your second year here, and to have a marquee matchup that was really a game of the week, have it on your home turf. Again, results aside, that is a great thing for the Mercyhurst brand. And as they continue to elevate into the D1 program, into the FCS, they're going to just continue to have games like this that are going to mean a lot and matter. And while this may have came in being the biggest D1 home game for Mercyhurst and not ending the way that they wanted it to, you got to have that in just your second season. There are a lot of good things that come here for this team, and I expect them to course correct next week against Stonehill here at Saxon Stadium.
Well, they have no other alternative, really. They've got to turn it around in a week to get ready for Stonehill. I would just discard the video from this game and just get back to doing what Mercyhurst does well. Trobel didn't run well tonight. He was... Mercyhurst is still chirping. I don't know why. And doing most of the talking is Iron Rodriguez, who is having some words with the Duquesne bench. That's not a good sign.
Clock will run down here.
That's going to take care of the game. It's over.
The Duquesne Dukes come in a 2-0 matchup, and they come away with a 37-0 victory. The eye test was passed. Offense, terrific. Running game, incredible. Defensively, perfect on the day. Penalties, low. Duquesne, they will head back to Pittsburgh knowing they've got a trip to Wagner due up, a trip to Staten Island, and an opportunity to go 4-0 in the NEC. This was an impressive result for the Duquesne Dukes. They come in against an unbeaten in their conference, and they play like a team that wants to come away with a conference championship. 37-0. The Duquesne Dukes go on the road and dominate in Erie, Pennsylvania.
I'm watching the handshakes. Everything appears calm, cool, and collected. Jerry Schmidt wins for the 133rd time as head coach of Duquesne against 89 setbacks. His 161st win overall, including 5 years at Westminster. Ryan Remedio drops to 11-20 overall, and Mercyhurst will get ready for Stonehill next week. I want to tell you, before I get off the air, what an honor it was to work with you tonight, Sean. I appreciate your having me in, and at this rate, I'll never be invited back.
John, you are a legend, truly, not just of this university, but in this city, and to be able to share a booth with you was a tremendous honor. Thank you to those of you who tuned in tonight on NECFrontRow.com. NEC football here in the FCS. 37-0, the Duquesne Dukes come away with a victory in decisive fashion. Duquesne will hit the road to Wagner next week to take on the Seahawks. The Mercyhurst Lakers will host Stonehill, look to course correct, and look to continue what has been a season of resiliency for them. For my broadcast partner, John Leisering, I'm Sean Bednard signing off, saying thank you for joining us here tonight, and enjoy the rest of your college football Saturday. Good night, everybody.
Hey, everybody. Thanks for watching NEC football with us here on Creator Sports Network. I was organizing my streaming room / office a little bit, and I wanted to remind you, use my creator code. It's over here. DYF for Underdog. $5 will get you 100 in bonus plays. We've got a Kevin Durant Gimme coming up for the NBA, and lots of action through October. It's Boostober, so use creator code DYF. Pog, I've been here the whole time solo. I don't know how my mic wasn't muted, but Solo, thanks for rolling through with me. Everybody's watching on your TVs. I know a lot of you occasionally will, just go to the YouTube app on your television and watch the game. Be sure to stay subscribed. Please hit the thumbs up. We are going to have, let me tell you the football slate here real fast. We're going to have upcoming next week, as I'm scrolling in my server that I use, we will have Utah State at New Mexico on Saturday the 25th. We will have New Mexico at UNLV on November 1st. We're going to have Colorado State at New Mexico on November 15th. I will have a stream available for you guys to go and turn on notifications and hit the thumbs up now, so that way you don't miss out. Solo Phil, I hope you get that Kevin Durant gimme. All he's got to do is stand there and watch the Thunder take their championship banner to the rafters. I'm going to take my championship old bones to the couch and spend the rest of the day with the family. Hope you guys have a wonderful rest of your Saturday, and I'll see you guys